Hey everyone, it's George Moore, owner of Moore's Sewing Center in Southern California. And I'm here with two of my daughters, Jules and Bianca, and we're here to start our 24th annual sewing technology parties. And my daughters here, they're the ambassador of prizes. And so during our tech party events, which I'm going to explain about it shortly, we're giving away over $35,000 in prizes during the events. So, are you ready, girls?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get started. Come on. All right. As I told you, this is our 24th annual. I've been doing this for, 24 years. And this is the event where the whole thing about Tech Party, I discovered back around the 2000s that my customers love seeing the latest products, the latest in sewing, quilting, and embroidery technology, which I call them all sewing technology. And so I started showing products, the latest, and I found out my customers really enjoyed it. So I prepare each year because I come back from conventions, and we just had a convention. We're going to talk about the new brother and the new baby lock machine that was just released last week. And this is so exciting. So the whole thing about Tech Party is I want to go over the different products that are new as well as on special price points. And so what's the big deal about Tech Party? Well, the pricing is offsetted by our vendors. Our vendors are giving me allowances to bring you better deals. And right now, if you find something that you like that I talk about, call us, because for the next 5 hours, our 800 number, 1-800-865-9664, they're live. Okay, usually it goes to voicemail. We call you back shortly, but right now they're live. And so as I go through this presentation, if you find something that you want, don't wait, because some items are very limited. We've got savings up to 70% off. We have an interest-free financing. If you have questions, you can email customer service at moores-sew.com. And my beautiful wife, Lorena, is going to be answering you. It's truly a family business, okay? So the point is, we want to be your sewing machine family, and that's what we're offering, all these specials for you during Tech Party. So all kinds of items are on sale. I got brand new accessories. I've got software. We've got price drops on machines, specific machines that are the lowest price that we've ever been able to offer, and these manufacturers are offsetting it. And like I mentioned, just the first of this week, the brand new Brother Avenir was introduced, as well as the Baby Lock Radiance. So there's all kinds of exciting things. But even if I don't show it, it's still on sale. Everything's on sale at the lowest prices we can offer it, available online, as well as there's bonuses. We'll talk about it. But so this obviously is our virtual event, and you're watching me now on either Facebook or YouTube. But if you're local, starting September 4th through 7th, I'm going to be going to each one of my Southern California stores. So click on the link, and you can see that the times of the date. I know for sure it's 9 a.m. start, and then 2 p.m. starting September 4th. And if you show up 30 minutes ahead of time, then we have demo stations. We call them Demo-Rama, and that's where we can give you more chances to win big prizes. Also, you can go click on the link. We have someone here posting links, but if you click on the link, you can go to our website and you can actually register, because if you register for the local event, you can win a prize at the door. In fact, we're going to talk about that shortly. So in addition to the specials, okay, we have bonuses. We have a bonus coupon code that is Tech Party 10, that you can save an additional 10% up to $300 on notions, threads, and software. And that's an addition. Now, if you're you can also call us on the phone order, so 1-800-865-9664, and we can take an order there, or you can come into the store and just mention the Tech Party, and on notions and accessories and software, you get an additional 10% up to $300. But we have hot buys that I'm going to talk about shortly. These are exclusive values that I look for exceptional deals on closeouts. There's no additional savings on hot buys. So we'll talk about that again. Also, another bonus, all our sewing furniture, both from SewFine, Arrow, and Kangaroo, we are including free shipping, outside delivery, shipping on all of our sewing furniture, as well as other things. And also there's a bonus in addition. So in addition to the special sale on the cabinets, on sewing machines, on embroidery, sergers, we're giving a bonus. And how that bonus works is that you get a gift card in the amount of 10% up to $500. If it's an online order, it will be an e-card that you use online at moors-so.com. If it's a phone order or in-store, it'll be a physical card that you can call us again and use it, or come into the stores here. So how do you do it? Okay, so you're at checkout. You proceed to checkout here, and they bring up the it's actually in the checkout where you put in your information. It has order notes. So in order notes, you just type in tech party. Simple as that. And what we know that you saw the tech party, and that once we ship the product, we'll send you that e-card in this case here. So I'll be referring to that many times, but again, you can call us at 1-800-865-9664, or the stores are open tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So we can do the phone orders too. So all these specials, however, will end September 2nd. So just a little while, not too long, because that's when we start the in-store events, and the pricing and specials are different for in-store events. So everything you're seeing now, if you're local and you're going to come in-store, you see something here now, you want, buy it, because I'm not going to be showcasing that in the stores. So that's why you want to watch both. And if you're nationwide, we ship products nationwide. So again, our customer base has grown, our customer families have grown across the country. We love communicating with you. And again, if you have questions, you can email us at customerservice@moors-so.com. So let's go on to the prize. Okay, as I advertise, everybody can win a prize. And one of our sponsors is OESD. We're going to go over some of the OESD products. But if you click on the link, it will go to our landing page. That landing page is where you can see all the different special items on sale. But it will show right in the middle of the page. It will give you a link and a coupon code. So you go to OESD, you put this metallic lace design collection, has a value of $49.99 in your cart. And you would pay for it if you didn't have this special coupon code that you're going to see on the website. And you put that coupon code and it's free. So like I mentioned, everybody is a winner. Now, this expires shortly. It's actually September 2nd on this here. It expires. So you want to go ahead and get this. Don't let it wait, because then it's not valuable because you can't buy it. So $49.99 value, free for everybody that's showing up. So let's hear some virtual noise. Do I hear some? Yeah, there's some clap. Okay, yeah. Like, share, comment. That's what got to get in that habit, because that's how you're going to win some of the other prizes. So OESD, we've got a special trunk show. And so I'm going to go over some of the items that were brought in specifically for this here. So let's go ahead and start this here in the back here. So some of these samples here, let's see if we have a close-up shot of this here. Can we get a little closer up here? There we go. So this right here is a tile stocking seam. So each one of these are individual embroidery designs, and there's pieced together. And there's two of them. I'm going to show you on the PowerPoint presentation, two different ones that come in this collection. They're tiled stockings by Cynthia Frenette. This next one is one of the wall hangings. It's called Spring Hummingbirds. And it actually has three different panels that you can have it as individual or as one. And this one, I love this. This is a Thomas Kincaid. And my family's always loved his art. And now this is done with embroidery. And I wonder if you can get closer. Let's go to Santa here. Let's see Santa up on the top. Now, so this is multi-format for most any embroidery machine. I think it's a 5x7 or greater. And once you stitch them out, then you piece them together. And let's come back a little bit on this here. I love this. Isn't that gorgeous? That's called Midnight Delivery by Thomas Kincaid. Here's another tile stocking by Donna Gelsinger. And there's another one that comes with this as well that I'll show you on the slides. But now let's go over to the freestanding projects. So what we have here, their freestanding project, it's actually panels of fabric, more like applique, that are freestanding. And look at this carousel. So this is Gingerbread Village freestanding carousel. They have a whole village of the gingerbread. And so, isn't that amazing? And so with that one, and then we have the Winter Village, another collection. This one's called Flower Shop. Now, I want you to see if we can get a close-up shot here. So inside there, there's another item. Looks like they're flowers. Now, let's go to the next one. Remember that movie, The Little Shop of Horrors? This is called the Freestanding Flower Shop of Horrors. And you see this. So remember that movie, the plant, the man-eating plant? That was after Seymour. I don't know too much about that movie. If you look in here, you'll see there is the plant right there. Feed me, Seymour. Oh gosh, somewhere out there, my daughters were rolling their eyes at me. Isn't that cool? All right, so we're going to go on to this one right here. It's called Primitive Pumpkin, and I need to. This was shipped to me from a suitcase, so I need to flatten it out. It's pretty resilient, and there's more than just one. You'll see that. That's called freestanding primitive pumpkin, and then there's primitive pumpkin appliques. And there's several in that collection, okay? So let's go ahead and go over some of the specials we have on those. So those are the latest ones, and some are out and some are coming out September, October, November, so I'll describe them. And they're all on a special buy because OESD is one of our sponsors. And so first of all, I want to start with that Midnight Delivery by Thomas Kincaid. Now, this is due in September, so that's just next week, okay? So we should be getting them shortly or mid-September, but the point about this here, you want to get your order in because not only are we saving you on the Tech Party price, $44.99, or you can go right to OESD's website, it's $49.99, but we also have a thread set. I love having the matching thread, especially with all the different colors there. And so what's great about this is that if you can buy the thread set, you have all the colors to make that beautiful wall hanging. And that's for $197 on sale, but you can use that coupon code. 10% off these prices by Tech Party 10, and that way you want to get your order in. And so if we don't have them in yet, they'll ship actually direct from OESD. We've arranged that. But if we have it, then it'll ship from us there. But that's for that the Thomas Kincaid Midnight Delivery. Then the hummingbird tile scene. As you can see, there's several panels that you can put together as one, or I kind of like the individual panels. That's $49.99. And it's on sale for $44.99, and you can use the Tech Party 10. Actually, we have those available, and they'll ship direct from OESD to you. We also have a thread collection for that's on sale for $169. That's 29 spools, and that's isocord thread, which is high quality embroidery thread, and it's the exact colors that they use and recommended. But you can use any thread, but having the right thread is I love opening new thread sets, so it's like candy. This one right here is that freestanding flower shop of horrors, and that's going to be my favorite. So that's due in September. It's on sale for $26.99, and yes, you can use that coupon code TechParty10. And so let's say if you have several of these together, again, it maxes up to $300 in additional savings. So that can be a lot of additional savings. So make sure you use that. Now, I didn't have a sample of this, but I wanted to show you a slide because this is freestanding Halloween lanterns, and they're due in September, so you have time to stitch this out and have this for your showcase for Halloween. And these are $26.99 on sale, and you can use the coupon code as well. And then that Winter Village Flower Shop, these are great deals. I mean, $26.99 for that freestanding collection, and then use additional 10% with that coupon code. Now, as I mentioned, the one that was the second stocking I showed, the one by Donna Gilsinger, and those are tile collections. So that way you can use them with smaller embroidery machines. But you see the other sample of the poinsettia. So you actually get both of those in the collection. And so that's on sale for $31.49, and also you can use that coupon code. There's the Gingerbread Village, and that freestanding carousel is $26.99 on sale. Again, the coupon code. And then the second stocking, the tile scene stocking, I actually displayed the Peace on Earth one, but there's the other one with the polar bear. You get both those in the collection. It's on sale for $31.49, and they use the coupon code. There's the freestanding primitive pumpkin. There's several different styles. I only showed you the one. $26.99 is the sale price, and again, the coupon code. And then there are many different applique scenes. I showed you the pumpkin. There's another one there. There's a lot. You can go to the website. It'll show you the different collections. $26.99 on sale. Tech Party 10. So all of our OESD products, you can use the Tech Party 10 for the additional savings. So make sure you get your extra stabilizer, your extra clips, the things that a lot of times you use for putting those freestanding projects together. So don't forget to look at all that there too. So now we have our first sponsored prize. And so we'll go to our ambassadors there. So there you go. So we've got confetti. That's a certificate to win a 1 month membership to the OESD Spree Club. So let's come back to my slide here, and I'll tell you about what that is. So it's a year-long membership, but we're going to give 1 month free. And what the Spree Club is, imagine getting everything every month for a year. So every one of the 8 collections that usually comes out every month, you get as a Spree Club member. So all the ones that I just showed, as they come out that month, you'll get them. You'll get 3 holiday collections and the additional monthly releases. Addition to the monthly releases, you also get exclusive collection as Spree Club members. This is like that record club I was membership as a kid. So you keep getting all this stuff, and you get a greater value of everything. And so you also get full color instructions and in the hoop projects and lace project guides. It is truly a great value. So last year, if you would have been a member and you bought everything individually, it would be over $2,800. And so you get the year-long membership for $599. And this is a digital download. I love this because that means you can store it online, you can download it, you can save it. If you need to search on your account, you can always have it. Even if you don't renew, it's still there online. So I love that. But it ended up being about 48 cents a design if you joined last year. So here's an example of how much is going to have come in the first month. So the prize winner is going to win a lot of this here. It's almost $300 in value the first month. So the primitive pumpkins and some other ones are on that. And so keep in mind, the issues that I showed you that are coming out, the collections, like in September, one of them is the Thomas Kincaid. So as a club member, you'll get that free. And so it truly is, I mean, the best way to use your embroidery machine is to be inspired about doing embroidery. And these collections really inspire you. And that's what's exciting about the Spree Club. But this is Tech Party. And that's not, the $599 is the price that is special on a regular basis, but that's not the Tech Party price. And as I mentioned, this is the best time of the year to buy anything. And so we have not only the Spree Club at $599, but you get a collection of 12 additional design collections that has a value of $400, the best of 2018. It's free for those who order during the Tech Party. And so this is the time to purchase it. Even if you're a current member, if you're renewed now, it won't start until after the expiration of your other one, or there will be no lapse, but you get that special prize. And so you can click on the link to order it. We have interest-free payments, but also I'm allowing, I didn't do this last year, I'm allowing that coupon code, Tech Party 10. So you'll get an extra 10% off that if you order it now during the Tech Party. So you don't want to wait. Join the Spree Club. Man, so many wonderful designs. They're probably some of the best. There's a lot of good digitize out there, but it's always good to deal with a company that you've been trusted for many, many years. And OESD is one of the best. So as I mentioned, we have hot buys, and the following have a hot buy warning, meaning that these these products will end quickly. If we run out, there's no more ordering of them. And so you can go to our website and see all kinds of hot buys from 30 to 70% off, but I have some specific ones that I've brought for this here. And one of them is the Floriani polyester thread. I love their polyester embroidery thread because it has a higher sheen, so it looks like rayon, but it has the strength of the polyester. And so this is their 4 seasons collections. There's 4 different collections, obviously for the 4 seasons. If you bought, these are 1,000 meter, or 11, I think 1,000 meter yards, 1,000 meter spools, and it's $194.79 if you bought 30 spools. That'd be the retail price individually, but you can buy each one of these collections for $58.41. So that's 70% off. But I will tell you, these will probably sell within usually the first 24 hours. So click on the link, order those right now. Don't wait. There's no additional savings on the hot buys. You cannot buy hot buys in the store. We don't have enough of them to distribute between the stores. And so click on the link to order that. We also have this. This is the 60 weight Floriani micro thread. 60 weight's finer, and it's wonderful for your really fine designs. Lettering. Oh, some of the tiny lettering. This is wonderful. You can use this for piecing. It's a beautiful thread. And also we're giving, so that there's 30 spools of the micro thread, and we're giving 2 collections that are done for almost like red work, but being in color, but they're real intricate little stitches that if you had a thicker thread, like your regular embroidery thread is like a 40 or 50 weight, that might be too thick. 60 weight is better. So this total, all the thread and the 2 design collections would retail for $347, and we have it for 77% off. That's $79, and that will go quickly. You can't have too much thread. You can't have too many designs. You can't. Okay, and just like you can't have too much fabric. And everybody out there, give me a shout out if you still want to buy more fabric. Even though all your cupboards are full of fabric. So again, there's lots of hot buys. Click on the link to see our other specials, and they go very, very quickly. All right, ready for another prize? Girls, what do we have here? We have inside that bag from Quilter Select, what do we have there? We've got a USB. Okay, well, big things come on USBs. Let's talk about that here. So that is a $216 value by Quilter Select. And what they did is they put on that USB, they put several patterns by Alex Anderson, which is she's a known quilter out there, teacher, TV personality, and she also is the part of the brain trust for creating the Quilter Select product. And so there's several patterns. They're also giving a promo of Design and Quilt, a trial version of the software, as well as all kinds of goodies on that. So you get that. Like, share, or comment. So any of these prizes, you want to like, share, or comment, and at the end of the tech parties, we will announce the winner on our Facebook page as well as on our website. So don't forget, like, share, or comment. So now I want to talk about Quilter Select, the rulers, the mats, the cutting system. And what I love about it, and we're going to go over the features of this, each one of the products, but let's talk about the mats here. So when we go to the mats, okay, so you can't have too many Georges, right? We got 2 of Georges on the screen. But here, what I'm showing you here is a mat that is a self-healing mat, but it's flexible. And it has a light side and a dark side. And it has numbering in all different directions. So it is the best mat I found in all different sizes. Now combine that with the rulers. They're weighted and they're ambidextrous. So if you're lefty or righty, you can use it. And so it's easily, you don't have to press a button, or you actually press a button, but you see how I can close the blade. So much easier than your typical one. To change the blades, I love the way you just push that lever, and it has a magnet. So you don't have to unscrew anything. You don't have to lose a washer like I always do. It can use regular blades, but Quilter Select has a better quality blade. And so those cutters they have 3 different sizes now. They have a 45 millimeter, a 60 millimeter, and we're talking about the new 28 millimeter. Now the rulers are coated, so they hold to the fabric. So you don't have to be a contortionist to cut. You just spin the fabric and cut, and that makes it so much easier to line things up. And so truly, it's the best system out there. So all of our Quilter Select products are on sale individually. And so you can use that coupon code to save 10% off the sale price. But the best thing comes in packages. So first of all, I have a starter kit. That's if you have not got any of the products from Quilter Select. This gives you one of the most popular cutting mats, a 12 by 18 inch, a 45 millimeter rotary cutter, a replacement blade, and a 6.5 by 12 and a 5.5 by 5.5 ruler, and then all in that tote. So that's a special starter kit that has a retail value of $176.95, on sale for $99. And yes, you can use that coupon code. And yes, we have free shipping across the country, and use that coupon code to save. But we also have some new products. So the new products, all the new products are on sale individually, but also I'm going to go over a special with the package. But let's go through the different products. So we have the new square rulers, and this is good for both the outside measurement and the inside. Now, it says quilting and embroidery. I spend most of my time in the embroidery world, and so often I'll embroider something and I want to square it up and then piece it into a top. And so these are perfect for the inside for squaring that up. And so you've got 2 different sizes. The inside measurement of the first one is 6.5 by 6.5, with the outside 8.5 by 8.5. And the other one is a little smaller, 5.5 squared and 7.5 squared. And these have the non-stick coating, and they have numbering they read from left to right, and they're in 1/4 inch definitions, 1/4 inch segments, okay? And then the inside has it from the middle out. So that way you can center it much better when you're squaring something up. So these are wonderful. And again, they are they have that coating on it so that it holds the fabric better. And this is what's great. So they have these little slots. So I'm cutting, again, let's say around an embroidery square, and it has those slots. So that way you can truly cut it out. So really well designed. And this is the new rotary cutter, 28 millimeters, so it's smaller. And this would work great with those square up rulers, but you can use the other cutters as well. But I think specifically with the square up, and it has all the same benefits as the other rotary cutters by Quilter Select. And this is my favorite. I opened one of these up in my studio, and you'll see in a second. This is a 14 by 14 cutting mat that on the other side has a wool pressing mat. So it's perfect for taking to classes where you need to press or cut. And so this is actually, I love this because a lot of times I'm cutting pieces out to show in a video, piecing, and I don't have my iron. And so sometimes they're not flat. So this is what's great. I can cut this out here. It has the same benefits of their other mats. And turn it over, and wool, what it does, it reflects the heat back into the fabric. So it's a much more efficient way to press your fabric. So again, you can press your fabric pieces for quilting, for applique, right there in that 14 by 14. So I love, that's my favorite new introduction of Quilter Select. And so all these items are available individually, but it's always better to buy a package, right? So I put together a package. So again, individually, you can use the coupon code TechParty10 and save 10% online. But the best deal is called the Square It Up bundle. And so I've got, if we took all those items and add them up individually, it'd be $254.95 on sale for $178.47. And you also get a 3-pack of replacement blades for the 28 millimeter blade. So again, everything I showed, the new products included. And then of course you can use that coupon code on that, saving almost another $18. So that's a great item. We will run out of these here. So click on the link to order or give us a call on that. And so don't forget to use the handles. Okay, that's not included with it, but you can add a handle to it, and you'll see those in some of the other videos. I love using the Quilter Select handles on the rulers. So here's another new item. This is a diamond ruler. It's a 60-degree, 12.5-inch diamond ruler. Okay, and it has all kinds of markings on it, so it makes it much easier to work with. And as you see this here, it actually has. Let's go back here. So you see here, I have that handle, so I can cut that and I'd twist it. It has that non-stick on it, so it holds the fabric down. And so, oh, it's wonderful. And so I love that rulers. And it also has these little end points. And what that does for you, you can square off the corner. So when I cut this here, I can come in, I can square off that corner, because what happens, what do you do with triangles? You piece them together and you have several coming to a point. And what happens, you get all that bulk there, and this is going to eliminate the bulk. So there's all kinds of techniques to eliminate that, but all of their triangles have that feature. So that's wonderful. So the other new triangle is they call it the twins, because there's a left and a right to create a half triangle, half diamond, and the half trapezoid. And so using those the same way, again, there's that handle. You want to buy a handle for all your rulers. And so look at this, rotate it around, and you can position this and cut it again, and then go right down that strip. And see, with all those wonderful markings and that handle, it's much easier. And again, the way the cutting mat has the markings, everything is made so you are more efficient. And so that's called the twins. So we have a special package. Everything is on sale individually, like I mentioned, but the best deal is on Diamonds Are Forever bundle. And so everything would be $119.97, and it's on sale for $83.98. That's a great deal in itself, but do you know what's next? We know what's next. Use that coupon code TechParty10 to save an additional 10% off. So, and don't forget that handle. Okay, so as I mentioned, if you have questions, like right now, for about the next 3 to 4 hours, we're going to be live on the phones, 1-800-865-9664, starting Monday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time. You can call our stores, but also customer service at moores-so.com. I will tell you, Lorena responds quickly to her emails. In fact, sometimes I tell her too quickly. At 11 o'clock our time, she doesn't have to answer emails, and she does. So if you want to get a hold of her, if you have questions, she's really great about that. So now I'm really excited about this. It was 2 years ago. I can't believe 2 years ago I introduced the Ultra T performance sewing feet for then the brother and the baby lock. And we've sold thousands, about 5,000-6,000 of sets of these nationwide, even through distributors. Many people have discovered the benefit of these feet. I'm going to go over the details, but I have some new kits. I have, by popular demand, a set for the Janome 9mm. They just arrived. These are for the 9mm top loading bobbin Janome machines. And people always ask me, will they fit this? Will they fit that? I designed them specifically for the machine I mentioned, and that's where they work the best. But, you know, people try them on anything. I don't recommend you use them for specifically what it's designed for. So I've got the Janome 9mm, a set of 3, and we'll talk about those as well. And also, this is really exciting, I have one for the baby lock 8-thread models. That's all their 8-thread models. And we'll go over the different models that encompasses, as well as all their cover stitch, including they just introduced the new cover stitch, the baby lock applaud. And I've tested it on that one as well. So all of the 8 threads, all of the cover stitch baby locks they'll work with. So what's the deal? Let's go over the top features of these products. So first of all, the problem you have with regular sewing feet is the friction that develops on the top layer of fabric with the foot. See that friction with that red line? It's what causes the slippage between the layers of fabric. So if you eliminate that friction, your layers of fabric feed through better. So that's why even on cotton, you wonder, why is there puckering on cotton? And that's because of that slippage caused from that foot. So some of us thought, okay, what if we use a non-stick foot? Well, the problem with non-stick feet is they're not strong. And so what happens when you sew off the fabric, you get the scarring. So what this is, your non-stick feet are made of a soft material, and a lot of times they're just a layer on top of a plastic, and the feed dogs scar the fabric, and so that's going to affect your sewing performance. So that's why you would normally not use non-stick feet for most all your sewing, just for specific sewing. But the Ultra T is made of a product that's stronger than steel. It's made of a resin, a non-stick resin that's stronger than steel. So right here, that's a picture of a regular foot. That's actually a Janome foot. It was brand new. We started sewing on it. And when you sew off the fabric, the feed dogs touch and it scratches. And it's fine, but it does affect your performance. There's no scarring on the Ultra T feet. And so what does that mean for you? That means every type of fabric you can think of. Synthetics, vinyls, sheer fabric. Look at the sequins. I mean, every single type of fabric you can think of, it's going to be better with the non-stick Ultra T foot. See, they're made of a more durable synthetic resin. So it's solid. It's actually stronger than steel. So it will not scar. And it's durable enough to use on all your fabrics, even like your traditional sewing, like this denim. It works better on the denim than your regular foot because it doesn't have the resistance, so it glides over that, yet giving the proper pressure for feeding on sheer fabric. So that's the benefit of the Ultra T. And up until now, when we just got into Janome, they were only available for brother and baby lock machines. So now we do have them for the Janome 9mm. And also, part of the kit is a 1/4 inch, and it's the only non-stick 1/4 inch foot that I found out there in the industry. And so this is the one shown here for the brother and baby lock machines. And the thing about piecing, often you want to sew off the fabric called chain piecing, and that's where the problem happens when you piece. Okay, so here's that one you're seeing is for the brother and baby lock, and it's fashioned after the one that's designed for that machine. This right here is a regular foot. I'm showing a Janome actually, but this is a regular 1/4 inch. And here's the problem. Right there, it's not picking up the fabric, even though you're pushing it under. And what happens, that's causing the slippage. And what you see there, you see that when you're chain piecing, it pushed the fabric out, so it's not straight. So that's the problem with a regular 1/4 inch foot. But the non-stick 1/4 inch foot does not have that friction, so it allows those layers to go in much more efficiently. And so you're going to have more even pieces. So what you see here, you see all those pieces even though I'm not raising the foot up, those are nice and even. And that's why they give you a better result for piecing. Now, this is the decorative foot. So it comes with 3 foot, the standard, the piecing 1/4 inch foot, and the decorative. This one's the brother and baby lock foot that's designed for doing not only your satin and decorative stitches, but your multi-directional stitches. Use it for anything that has to do with decorative sewing, and it's going to give you better control on all the different fabrics. Now, that's for the brother, but the Janome, I fashioned off their open-toe 9mm foot. And so This right here gives you a clear view. It also, you can see the Janome has those beautiful 9mm stitches. So that's going to give you a much better stitch quality. And here again, here's that same foot. Look, I'm using plastic on vinyl. I mean, and I didn't use any adhesive. When I do these samples, I go to the extreme and I don't use adhesive or pins or anything. Look at that. It's so beautiful. So that's why you want to get the Ultra T set now for the Janome, as well as we have them for the Baby Lock and the Brother machines. So the regular retail price on the set is $99.99. It's on sale for $69.99. And we have that coupon code TechParty10 and they save an additional 10%. Same price for the Janome. The Janome has the regular foot, the piecing foot, and the open toe decorative foot. Same pricing, and you can save as well. And I air freighted those in here, so we just are getting them now. So they'll ship shortly if you place your order. But I don't have a lot of them because I'm waiting for the big shipment to come in. So get your order in during Tech Party and save that additional 10% off. Now, let's talk about the foot that I designed specifically for the Baby Lock 8 thread and the cover hem machines. So that the 8 thread models is the Triumph, the Ovation, the Accolade, the Evolution, and even the original Evolve. So those are all the 8 thread models. And then the cover stitch is the new Applaud they just introduced, the Euphoria, and the original cover stitch. And so what's unique about those, here, let's go ahead and go over the features why these are better. So here is the regular foot. See, when you're doing cover stitch, I found that there was not only the friction going this way, but there was side-to-side friction, especially because in the cover stitch, your needles are further off to the edge. And then if you use an 8 thread, you have the needles inside. And so it's almost the center of gravity is off. So watch this. This is I have a piece top and bottom, and I've got batting. And again, I acknowledge that if I pinned or held everything, it'd be better, but I'm showing equal comparisons. So look what happens. So as I sew with this here, it's pushing it off to the side, causing friction at those seams. And then the end result is actually stitches it down. And so that's the problem we have. And so you have to come up with all kinds of techniques to avoid that. So that's without Ultra T. Now with Ultra T, it improves it dramatically. So with this right here, you don't see the pushing forward. It's much flatter. And so what happens is that your end is more even. It'd still be better if you did use those little clips and all those things that you normally do, but it's not as critical with the Ultra T foot. That's why I'm really excited about this, because I love the Baby Lock sergers. They are the best, but this is going to make them that much better. And again, this is for the 8 thread sergers and the cover stitch. Now here's another problem. This is the side-by-side. You see the wandering. This is vinyl, okay? And how it's constantly being pushed over. Yes, I acknowledge if I would have pieced it and held it together, it'd be better. But again, my testing is in the raw form. That's my regular foot pushing that side. Now watch with the Ultra T. So with the Ultra T here, okay, we lost our video, and I do that every once in a while. I have to basically take this, and we're going to bring that forward and try it again. Current slide. There we go. All right, perfect. All right, so see what this has. It actually, there's no slippage whatsoever on that here. And I want to see if I can go back one more time. Okay, so see what that's the regular one. We saw that. Now here's the Ultra T. So you don't have the slippage from side to side, and so it holds up much more flat. And so again, I'm acknowledging it'd be better if you use some clips, but without clips, look how much better. Now what else? This is a sheer stretch knit, okay? And this is the regular foot. Now I'm just doing a cover hem now. And this one shocked me, the difference on here. So that's a regular cover hem. I'm using on an 8 thread, but it could be all your Baby Lock cover hems, all your 8 threads doing cover hem. This is the Ultra T, okay? Crazy difference, okay? I didn't understand how much better it'd be, and this is the difference, okay? So we do a flyby of the Ultra T, perfectly flat. No puckering, no wandering whatsoever. Same fabric on your regular foot. Look at the puckering. I mean, it is night and day. So again, this is what I designed this for, is when you're using the cover hem needles or the 8 thread, the 6, 7, 8 threads, it's where this really improves it. So if you have one of those models, this is a must buy. But also you can use it for all your really fun fabrics, lycras, metallic fabric. There's that sequins. They love me at the local Joann's. I go and buy all the hardest fabric to sew. And so all this 1 foot is going to make your serger, your baby lock 8 thread, your cover stitch even better. And again, we just got a limited supply of these in here. This is the time when you want to order. So what's the deal on this here? We have that foot comes with that 1 foot. We're going to retail for $69.99. It's for $49.99. And yes, you can use that coupon code TechParty10. So go ahead and place your order now before I run out of those here. I got actually a lot of dealers that want to buy this from me right away. So I'm saving for my customers first. All right, are we ready for a prize? What do we got there, girls? Yep, let's go. Whoa, there we go. We have a confetti cannon. Okay, so confetti, it's a parade. All right, so what we have there, we have a Janome computerized machine. It is... It's got the confetti. It has 30 built-in stitches. It weighs about 12 to 13 pounds. Let's go over the features of it. Thanks, girls. All right. So now that's one of our sponsors, Janome. This has a retail value of $699. And like, share, or comment. And we're going to announce all of our Tech Party prize winners at the end of the Tech Party series, even in the store. So you still have a chance, even if this video is played, you're watching the rewind of it, you still like, share, or comment on Facebook, and that's how you can possibly win this here. All right, so as I mentioned, we've got a lot of new products, but we have a lot of price drops on key models, and that's what I want to feature on, because Tech Party is not only when new products come out, but it's also when prices come down. And I've got 2 models I want to talk about, the Skyline S7 and the Continental M6. And I'm going to talk about them in concession so you can I can tell you about the features that are different on the M6 versus the S7. So let's start with the features. Let's go over the different features of the machine here. So what we have here, the heart of the machine is the bobbin system. So that's that rotary bobbin system, and that is what makes every stitch work smoothly. And then this has a 7-piece feed system, and that holds the fabric much more securely than other machines, as well as automatic tension. Those 3 items give you superb fabric control, whether it's denim fabric. I mean, look, that's a lot of denim, and I'm pivoting in there. I really tried to show different levels of fabric. This is tricot. This is a very sheer fabric, and look at the stitch formation. It's beautiful. Elastic. That's where that 7-piece feed system really pulls through it. So you have superb fabric control. Now, this also has an upper feed mechanism that's actually built in that, where the arrow's pointing, that's a feed mechanism, but then you could put a different holder on it, so it holds different feeding systems, okay? And so the first one here, this flex holder, is further forward than any other dual feed. Most every brand has a dual feed system of some sort today, and Janome has the one that's furthest forward, and that really makes a difference in working with this fleece. Look at this. This is 4 layers of thick fleece, and there's no hesitation whatsoever. Of course, for quilting, that's going to make all the difference for your quilting. There's 5 layers, I'm going to count that, maybe 6 layers of marine vinyl. Superb fabric control. Then we have the stitches. These are 9mm wide, so that's the widest available. There's others that have that, but that's the widest available. And the detail of these stitches, they have something that's called pictogram stitches. There's heirloom stitches, there's satin stitches, utility stitches, you name them. The S7 has 240 built-in stitches. I like that it's still displayed on the lid, and it's displayed by categories. And so when we go to the color screen, the screen has the categories that we simply touch this category that we want, and then it displays everything you need on there. And I simply push the button, and it adjusts the tension, the length, everything. But the display is so clear in what it shows you. So let's go over the benefits of that display. And this is on the S7. We'll talk about what the M6 has in addition to that. So as I mentioned, the screen shows it all. So first of all, the correct foot. So if I want to use, I'm doing a decorative satin stitch, I want to use the F foot. I have 2 different types, one that's open toe and one that's standard. So it shows me right on the screen. The next thing is I can create a sequence. What that means is I can put several patterns in a row. It could be the same pattern, or it can be a series of different patterns. Okay, but it's right there on the screen. I don't have to go searching for a memory. This right here, I can change all my settings, including not this is just a stitch length, the pattern length. So the difference is the stitch length is individual, but the pattern length, if you were just to lengthen the pattern and it didn't increase the stitch count, it wouldn't be the same density. So you'll see that I have that control. The other thing is I can mirror the image. All that is right on the same display. And so again, very dense, much longer pattern. I can mirror it. So easy. So the whole thing about Janome is laid out so everything is kind of built around you. But as I mentioned, I can put a series of several things. It has several different fonts that are great for labels. Also, I'm going to show you one of the accessories that come with it is a ribbon foot that you can sew on a label and make your own labels that you attach onto projects. It has a really clear stitch, especially with that 9mm wide. Now, it has an automatic pivot. And what that means is that I can select that icon there that I have the square on, where it will end with a kneel down, but raise the foot. But what's unique about this is I can override the setting of how high. So there it is at standard, but I can go much higher. And that fleece I showed you, look at that. That's 4 layers of fleece, and I'm not raising the foot. It's doing it automatically when I stop. And look how wonderful that is. I can also go the opposite direction. So let's say I just want to barely pivot like an applique. So I can go down to 1mm. So this is a blanket stitch, and the Janome machines have more types of blanket stitches than any other brand out there. And this is one that looks like it's hand stitched. And so I want to barely pivot to go around those corners to give me that hand effect. And so that does a beautiful job. And that's the pivot feature that makes the difference. Now, sometimes you have too much information. And with any of you who have a computerized machine, I bet you found I kind of get lost in all the adjustments. Well, that's why Janome has what's called application pages. And I love the little symbol there. It funnels the information down. It actually just shows you what you need based on the application. So we have sewing applications and we have quilting applications. So I simply press this one button and I've got the sewing application. And so I open up those windows and I have just the options I need to know about those specific techniques. But then the quilting application, you open up the windows and they have subcategories. And so here's an example. Let's go ahead and go to quilting. And I've got all those different quilting ones, sculpture, straight stitch, free motion quilting. Let's do the hand stitch. It actually has a stitch that looks like a sashiko stitch, and it does it by the automatic tension. I use actually a monofilament thread on top. It pulls the thread up from the bottom. They even have stitches that look like a blanket stitch, or even some that look crooked, because if I did hand stitch, it would look crooked. And so those are wonderful features that the application pages make it much easier. That's why I mean it funnels that information down. So another thing would be like free motion quilting. And so I select that, and it tells me to lower the feed dogs. It shows me the different options. It comes with 3 different feet, and they have different free motion settings based on using a foot like this, the small one for doing micro turn. It has a different setting, it actually hovers. And then I have one that is, I'll kind of call a glide foot, that has these concentric circles. But the point is, if I didn't have these application features, pages, I could adjust everything the way I want it, but then I'd have to search through everything. They put everything right there. So it's one of the easiest machines to do these functions. My favorite 2 have to do with applique and patchwork, and I'm going to save that to show you that on one of the machines here. But let's talk about the Continental M6. So it has all the features of the S7, but more. So let's go to the top features on that. So first of all, it has 13.7 inches, so it's much larger of opening than the S7. The S7 is a little over 8 inches, okay? So this is a large, large area. It also has beautiful LED lighting, okay? All throughout the arm of the machine, as well as above the needle, it has beautiful lighting. It has this table. Now, this table normally doesn't come with it. It actually used to come with it. Remember the M7? Well, the M6 basically is the M7 without a table. Well, I'm giving you a table. We're going to talk about the bonuses, but that's a wonderful table with a drawer. Now, what makes a difference about this machine, it has a one-piece aluminum casting. I mean, the whole thing is metal. The actual finish is painted on that, not panels of plastic put on the top of it. It is durable. It also has ball bearings on all the main shafts, where other machines are using bushing. So this can go at much higher speeds. In this case, it's the fastest of any machine in its class. And so 1,300 stitches per minute. It also has the AccuFeed Flex Feed system, but the difference is it's not mechanical. It's done by electronic motors. So the benefit there is I can advance the top feeding in relation to the bottom. Now, the video I'm showing here is one of the thickest fake fur I've ever sewn, and I've not been able to sew this on any other machine except for the Continental series here with this feed system. It is amazing. It also has a 12-core brushless DC motor. This gives you maximum power, yet it consumes less energy than any other machine out there. It runs cooler, which is going to have a longer life, 350% longer than a conventional motor. It's really, Janome makes industrial systems, and that's what they use on that. And so, as you see there, that leather belt, it has the power to go through that. It also, I can take this here and press on the screen. I'm going to see if we lost that video. We did again. So we're going to come out here, and being live here, sometimes this happens. So we're going to redo this here from current slide. All right. So we've got that. We can change the plate. I'm going to go back and see if I can. All right, now we go to the next slide. Okay, so I press the button on the screen, it raised the foot all the way up so I can change that plate. It's held in by a magnet. And so, again, the convenience of the Continental series, it has that convenient change of the plate. It also has a center liquid crystal display. And so that is it's easier on the eyes, and you're gonna see when I sit down to this machine, it actually it's much clearer right in front where I need it. And I can actually page through all the different categories clearly. So I don't need them on the lid because it's right there. And everything's shown to me in the actual size and representation of the stitch. I also have 400 built-in 9mm stitches, which is really cool. And so there's even more of those. And it also has tapering. And so we're going to go to full screen on this here, if we can do that here. And so I can show you this. I can take this and you can see all different angles, and I can do some beautiful applique and motifs. When I do one, it asks me if I want the same size, and it memorizes it. And so that way, for tapering with all those beautiful stitches, that's something that this machine has over the S7. So it's a beautiful function on it. So it also has more application pages. So there's more sewing pages, there's more quilting pages, and there's even one I'm going to show you, which is the ruler work. So the ruler work sets everything up for doing free motion ruler. By the way, it drops the feed dogs off automatically and adjusts the foot just the right height so that way we can work with it. So what we're going to do here, let's go ahead. Let me show you a little about this machine here. I'm going to start first with the S7 right here. So we'll sit down to this here. And first, let's look at right here. We got the stitches. I want you to see the stitches. So that's what I showed in the video. All those things I showed, I actually sewed. But these are all the beautiful stitches here. And then on the lid, I have all those stitches displayed here so I can look at it clearly. So when we look at the bed of the machine, I have that dual feed system on there. And I'm going to take Minky. And I love showing you this. And if you watch my videos, you've seen it before. But this truly gives you a good test because Minky, you want to start right on the edge. But there's not a machine that has enough feed right in the front to really control and work with right at the edge. So what do? You have to put it further under the foot. But that's not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this and put my needle down. And that means that so you can see, I can't push it further than that needle down. So I'm going to simply take this here. And now you can see there's my feed dogs. Oops, there's my feed dogs right there. And I can take this and start sewing. And it does not even hesitate. And it sews through that beautifully. And see, I'm not even holding on to the fabric. And it's straight and even. It is really one of the finest feed systems out there. I have the automatic cutter. I press that. And it automatically raises the foot when it's done. And now I have beautiful seams for that Minky. Okay, so that is truly an amazing thing. And so now let's go ahead and take this here, and you can see I can go through the different categories of stitches on the screen here. And so I think my shadow's in there. See if we can see it. Maybe I can go out of there. I'm going to come to the side. There you go. There, that's a little better. Yep, there we go. All right, so we've got the screen here. Let's go back to my application page right here. So this is my application page, and what this has for you is the sewing applications, and then let's do the blanket stitch applique. Okay, and so what this shows here, I mentioned that this has all kinds of applique, but they give you the most common, the ones you use most often, and that's what I like about it. It funnels down the information. I'm going to do the standard, and a blanket stitch goes 2 forward, 1 back, over, 2 forward, 1 back, over. And when it goes reverse, that's a problem if you're doing an applique around a corner, okay? And so what I have here is I've got this corner I want to applique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the machine I'm doing a corner. And by doing that there, it's going to tell it's going to do a corner, and I want to be able to pivot. That's my pivot feature. Now I do want to change to the right foot, and so it shows me letter F. And so what I have here, I'm going to use F, that's open toe, and I have my shank here. So we're going to come over here, and I'm going to take this off right here. This is my dual feed system. And I want to real quickly show you, maybe we can go that angle. This is not a walking foot attachment. It actually has a linkage into that feed mechanism that's built in. So it's quite unique. But that comes off, and then it's a high shank machine that has a snap-on adapter. So I have this here, my snap-on, and now I can go ahead and just lower my foot down automatically. I love that it has a push button, raise and lower, but it also has a lever in the back. So it has both styles. So now what we've got here, remember what I was going to do? I'm going to do this blanket stitch applique, and I love showing this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let's go to the side on this side here, closer side, the other angle. We've got the other angle on the side here. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lower the needle down just so that I can see I'm right on the edge. And it's one of the few machines that can do this. I can start with the needle in half motion. And the benefit of that is that now I know that it's going to start on the edge there. And what I want to do is I want to just simply start. And so you see how it goes 2 forward and 1 back. Let's go to the other angle. Okay, so I want to basically stop right on the edge there. Okay, so I'm going very slow. I'm counting stitch 1, 2. Okay, now if I'm counting stitches, I know that it's going to go reverse. So I turn here. I don't want it to go reverse. If I go reverse, then it's going to give me a bad stitch. So let's look on the screen. On the screen here, we press this button. And what that does, it has it so that the very next stitch is going to be forward. So let's do the close-up angle of this here. Okay. Let's see what we got there. So we press on the foot pedal, lowers automatically, and does a forward stitch first. And so you're going to see that's going to give me the very, very best applique corner. So I got an automatic cutter. I'm going to go ahead and take this here, trim this off right here. So that way it looks really good for the camera. There we go. Let's see. Isn't that amazing? So there again, it's very, very clean. Okay, so that's one feature in the applique. But as promised, I'm going to do another one. Here's my patchwork piecing. Okay, so what this does, this is set up for my O foot right here. And Janome designed theirs so that their scant 1/4 inch, which is adjustable, is to the right. So that way all the feed dogs, you got much more support than in the center. Okay, so I'm going to put that foot on. But the problem with piecing, and what I showed before in the other video when I was showing you those feet, is that people want to do what's called chain piecing. Okay, what that means is that I'm going from one piece to the next to the next. And the problem is that you don't want to raise the foot up. And by not doing that, then it pushes it forward and it's uneven, unless you have that new Ultra T foot for this. But let's say you don't have it. This has a feature where I'm going to actually take it and have it where it raises the foot. And I'm not use the foot pedal this time, because I want you to see the benefit of this here. So I can adjust my speed, and I'm going to come up a little bit here. Here's my speed control. But the Janome has something very unique in theirs, and that is, and we're going to actually take this, and I'm going to take my piece, and I'll put my needle down just so, again, you can see I'm starting right on the edge. And I'm going to do my very first one. And what I love about their push button is that I can start and hold it, and it goes slow in the beginning, and then I let it go and it goes full speed. And then I can press this, and I want to stop right at the edge. Okay. Now, look at this on the screen. If you can see it there, it says, do I want the same size? And I press OK. This is where the magic happens. Now I'm going to go full speed. See what it did? It raised the foot up. Let's see if we can get that other angle in that closer view. Okay, so raise the foot up. So that means when I come with this piece, it's up. So what I need to do here, now that I didn't cut that fabric out very good. There we go. Here's this one right here. We take this. I just press go. And that way, I mean, I'm not even holding on to the fabric. It stops automatically right on the edge, raises it right off the edge like this. And then I can press go. So I'm actually sewing without a foot pedal and piecing. And I have not found another machine that can do this as well here. So we can take this, and it stops. And that way, it gives me that better control. Or you can get that Ultra T foot and not even raise the foot at all. So that's a wonderful feature. So now, let's scoot on over to the Continental M6. So we've got this machine here. I'm on chairs with wheels. So first of all, let's look at this. This is that casting. That is the actual, it's actually an exoskeleton to this machine. It's made the way machines used to be made. So now let's look at the machine here. And what we have is yes, we got this here. This is that 13 inches of space, as well as here's that table. And we'll go over the table, but here is the benefit of this screen. Okay, so I'm sitting right in front of the machine. So let's get the full spot here so you can see where my position is. So when I'm sitting in front of this machine, so can we look at this here? Okay, so I'm sitting right in front of the machine. I'm not having to look to the side. So it's right here. So that gives me a lot more control. And so that's the benefit of the way the screen is. But let's talk about the actual machine itself. And so when we look at this side here, you can see there is my needle plate. By the way, one of the bonuses we're including is this magnifier. So I can see, I can thread the needle, but sometimes I need to see the placement. That swings away, and it comes with 3 different strengths of magnifiers. Also, when we come back up here, we look at this drawer. It comes with a box as part of the bonus because it has tons of accessories. In fact, bags upon bags of accessories that's included, but it comes with a secondary box to hold that. But I like how this has everything because it has different plates. So you have a plate for doing piecing or top stitching, and I can store that right back in there if I want. And then we have the high performance plate. So let's change this to the high performance plate. And what this does, this has the needle all the way to the left side, but it has the feed dogs all the way around, almost like a commercial machine. And by the way, when the needle goes to the left side, it gives you a much better stitch quality on heavier synthetic fabrics. So now let's look at the plate here, but first let's go to the screen. So the screen, when I press that, there's my icon I press on the screen, but let's go back to the plate. So as soon as I press this, it raises the foot all the way to the highest and pops that plate up so that I can put the next plate on so easily and pop that in there. And I'll put that away for my drawer to store it. So I have both the high performance plate and the high performance foot, which normally is not comes, neither one come with it, but we're including it as part of the bonus. And so what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to take this heavy leather. Okay, this is very heavy leather, and I have 2 layers. Now, I will tell you I'm using embroidery thread. I wouldn't recommend doing that. And I have a regular size 11 needle. Don't do that at home. But let's see what happens with this here. Why not? Look at that. Look at the power it punches through there. That is heavy, 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 heavy leather. No hesitation. We'll go ahead and take this here. I love showing that. I usually sew my belt, but I didn't have an extra belt to do that. So you can see, look at the strength in that here. That is stitched so strong on that. Okay, so now what else? Let's change back to the regular plate. By the way, look what happens. When I have on the screen, it only will allow me to select and use the patterns that are regular, are in the left position. So I can't make a mistake. So you see what that does for me. Okay, so but let's go ahead and change back to the plate, the standard plate. Okay. Now, I want to show you another application page. You see that changed now here. Let's go to application pages so you can see there's more of them. There's 3 different pages of sewing. There's more quilting. I'm going to go back to the ruler work. There's all kinds of accessories. But let's go to ruler work. Ruler work's very, very popular. By the way, when I went to this one, the feed dogs automatically drop. And it's designed for my ruler work foot. So we have that there. So we're going to go ahead and change the ruler work foot. And it has snap-on feet, but these are high shank feet right here. And ruler work's so popular because I can do free motion with rulers much better than doing my own. So I'm actually going to use this ruler right here. This is actually one of Quilter Select rulers that have the coating on there, so it holds the fabric on it. And so it's everything's set up on, if we go back to the screen, it has it where I can have it do 1 stitch to pull the bobbin up, or I can do several stitches. I can even take it and make my adjustments of the height. It has the automatic tension, but I can make changes if I want to and go back to favorite. So we're going to go back and do I'll go back to here and have it where it pulls the bobbin thread up. So let's take this here and let's look at the fabric as we sew. Okay. So what we got is we press this, it does 1 stitch, and then it pulls, so I can pull the bobbin thread up, right, like so, and that way I can pull that up, so I want to make my first stitch. There we go, like so. So now, let's go ahead and do this. All right. And so that gives me a wonderful control for free motion quilting. And there's so many types of rulers. But the benefit, again, of the application page, and we'll go back to the screen, again, it gives me everything I need right on my face, right there, so I don't have to guess. And again, I can page through my stitches if I want to look at all the different stitches by categories. Look at all those applique stitches right there. Or I can just simply arrow through my stitches like so. Beautiful. Like if I want to do that, and it shows me everything I need right there on the screen. Beautiful display. And let's go over the specials that we're offering during the tech party. Aren't those amazing? Okay, so as I'm going to talk about, all our Janomes on sales, but these have these 2 particular models. The manufacturer gave me the ability to drop them down to a lower price. So the S7 is $29.99, and we have it on sale for $19.99. That's an amazing machine, and I tell you, a lot of people are buying that as their first machine or their second machine or their high performance machine. We have interest-free payments of $166.58 a month. This is very affordable, as well as we're offering free shipping across the country. Alaska and Hawaii, we do charge a little bit, but we make it very reasonable for you. But there's a bonus. Now, this is a cool bonus. All kinds of different accessories. A circular sewing attachment, a foot that has markings on both directions for decorative borders, a foot that you can put decorative ribbon in. So remember, I showed you the stitch out of the Janome. Imagine doing that on ribbon to do labels. There is concealed zipper feet, piping feet, a beading foot, sequins feet, shearing foot, non-stick feet, $199 value. If you click on the link to go to our website, you'll see a list of all the different items included with that. Now, the Continental M6, okay, so this is on sale for $39.99. Now, if you remember last year, the M7 was our best seller. Well, this is the equivalent, and the only thing it's missing is some of the items that I'm including free. So this price, $39.99, you were never able to get an M7 at that price. So this is a great deal, $39.99 for this. This is a top-line sewing and quilting machine. It's on the interest-free payments of $166.63 a month, and then free shipping across the country. But also the bonus on this one, you get that large table, you get the high-performance plate and foot, you get the AccuFeed Flex foot and holder, you get the magnifying lenses and the accessory case. So that's a $452 value $452 value, free with your purchase. But this is while supplies last. So even though this is through the 2nd of September, we will run out of these and there's no range check. So you can give us a call on this and talk to a person right now, or click on the link to order, or email us at customerservice@moores-so.com. I forgot I had that screen up there. So again, there's the 800 number, 1-800-865-9664. Operators are standing by. Email customer service. Are starting Monday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Our stores are open. As I mentioned, the entire Janome line is on sale. Our prices can't be beat, so give us a call. We'll make sure of it. I mean, we are very competitive, and we'll make sure that you get the Moores customer service, which is top in the industry. If it's not, you let me know. I'll make sure it's the top in the industry. It's my family's name, so I'm very, very proud of that. And so give us a call if you have any questions on any Janome models. Are you ready for a prize? All right, like, share, comment. Girls, what do we got? You're getting good at that. So what we have, this is actually one of the highest value prizes. Inside there is a USB. Let's go over what's included with that. We're going to give away one of them, okay? And so this is a new item from Floriani. It is 20 design collections on a USB of all different formats. So every brand of embroidery format is included on that. And so that USB, look at that. I mean, a lot of these collections have never been offered for sale. And so it truly gives you a much amazing, I should have counted all the designs, but you can see it. There are a lot of designs. So how can you potentially win that? You like, share, or comment. Are we seeing any like, shares, and comment? We got to, okay, yeah, we see some lot of virtual noise out there. Again, we're going to announce the prizes at the end of Tech Party Week, okay? And so also, oh, I forgot this, it's included. They give you what's called photo play, which allows you to view the designs and thumbnail and also do some arrangement. That's all on that USB. So if you have no other software, you can still access these designs on this USB. That's really a cool thing. So I wanted to take that. And again, that's a $1,400 value, shy of a penny. And I wanted to build a package. I love packages. So one person's going to win this, but let's say you all are winners. And how I'm going to do that? I'm going to take that and I'm going to combine it with 5 spools of beautiful Floriani variegated thread. Their thread is amazing. And so 5 spools of that, plus this toolkit. Okay, these have some precision angled scissors, double curved embroidery scissors, precision tip scissors, applique scissors, tongue twister, the squeeze and snips. This has a $119 value. We're going to add that to this bundle. So we're building the bundle. We're also going to include Floriani Rainbow software. Now, this is a fun software. You can take it standalone, so you don't have to have any software other than this. You can take a design and you can choose colors, and it gives a blending of rainbow colors. Also, it has fonts on it as well, so you can add fonts to a design. In fact, they've added new fonts, and we're going to talk about Floriani software, and they have a new update, and there's several software programs that have new fonts. One is the Rainbow, one is the Fusion, and one is FTCU, and they're going to have the update shortly. If it hasn't already been announced, it's going to be just shortly. And you have 5 multicolor fonts and 8 script fonts, and that's good once you do the update. So far, here's our package. Okay, we've had the software of all those collections. We've got the thread, the Fusion software, all those tools. So if we add everything up, it's $1,669.92. And I have it at Tech Party, $179. This will go up quickly, so don't wait. Click on the link to order it, and don't forget to use Tech Party 10 to save an additional 10%. That's why this is going to go screaming out of here. So don't wait. Even if you're local to Southern California, you're going to come to the stores. This will not be offered in the stores. This is something separate from that. So let's talk about embroidery software. This is my favorite part because I love embroidery. I love software. And the Floriani FTCU, and as of last year, Fusion, have my favorite feature called Save to Sew. And let's talk about that. So this is my test sample. This is my turtle. And this is a professionally digitized design. But when you buy a design pack, even if it's done by a professional, they have no idea what kind of fabric you're going to embroider on. So they make it average, and it stitches different on cotton versus knit versus a denim versus ultra suede. All different fabrics are affected. That's why sometimes it doesn't look good, okay? That's where the feature Save to Sew. I don't care if you have 10 different types of software. If you don't have the Floriani, FTCU, or Fusion, you don't have software because you don't have Save to Sew. And so get this software just for that. So I got my turtle. It's a brand new design. It could be any design that you import in. And you click one button, Save to Sew. And then I choose from virtually every type of fabric that exists. And the one I'm going to choose is probably the most difficult to embroider, and that is the one most people want to embroider on, and that's t-shirt knit. People want to embroider t-shirts. And so I select that. And once I select it, it brings up this box that it knows the design, it knows the fabric, so it tells me exactly in description information on how to prepare the fabric to give you a better result. And so I read that, I follow that, then it goes step by step through the type of stabilizer. Okay, it's knit, I don't want tearaway, I want fusible. Okay, I also want to hoop it. Sometimes you float it, this time I hoop it. I also want to use a topper. Well, what's a topper? Well, I don't know. I click on this and it goes right to my YouTube page, not mine, it's Floriani's, that describes that stabilizer. So right away, preparing the fabric, I'm ahead. But that's not all it does. When I take this, I actually save the design, and I usually name it, like in this case, Turtle Knit, because it's going to be for knit. I only have to do this once. I don't have to do it again. And what it does, it changes the makeup of that design so that your fabric, your design is made for the fabric. They change the density. They change the push-pull underlay. It basically re-digitized the design so you have perfection for that software, for that fabric. So look at this. That is my turtle stitched out regular. So I cannot press those wrinkles out. That's pulling of the fabric. This is it when I did Save to Sew. Perfect. I mean, it's that dramatic. I mean, what you see is what you get. Okay. Now here's another one. This is extreme. The one on the top was done without Save to Sew. Now part of it is that we just did our regular stabilizing. Well, the one on bottom, it talked about doing layering and stabilizing properly, but then it changed to digitizing. Look at the result. It's night and day. So that's why you buy FTCU for our Fusion for Save to Sew, but it does all kinds of other things. Like the Fusion, it has 70 different fonts here. And so what does that do for me? Well, I love fonts. Fonts, I mean, this has all different types of fonts, but also you can arc and array and create different arrangements of fonts, as well as even do a path and adjust the path on it. So it's a powerful lettering program. But also it will auto-digitize. I can take artwork and it vectorizes it so it's cleaner, and I can separate it. It's already digitized, and I can change it to applique, to different fill stitches. On the bottom of that screen, it shows you all the different icons, and I'm going to pay attention to that in a second, but because that gives me all the different functions, one-click wonders they talk about. So that's from artwork. I can turn that into it. But also, I have virtually every thread palette available, and so I can choose from Floriani to Robison Anton to Madero. Why is that important? We want to see what it's going to look like in the color we're holding in our hand. And I might want to print out a worksheet so I can see those colors, or I might want to see it on the screen when I put it into my machine. So that's a wonderful feature. But besides auto-digitizing, I can actually take and do manual digitizing. That's what a lot of the professional digitizers want. I can draw lines. I can take artwork and create from all those different tools that are on the bottom here. So by the way, what we have is we have got more different directions of how we can click and change all those tools. I can change it to a fill stitch, a spiral fill stitch, all these different things. Actually, that's on Fusion, so our FTCU. So we've got all kinds of tools. So look at that. It's a digitized program. We buy it for Save to Sew, but we also have all these other tools. So Fusion has all different editing features, design splitting, all kinds of functions. And it's on special. It's regularly $12.99, and it's on special for $7.99. Do you think I'm going to stop there? Not a tech party. So we have interest-free payments, we have free shipping, but there's a bonus that's amazing. I'm going to include that embroidery collection, the 20 different collections, the rainbow software, all those tools, and in the hoop quilting kit with all kinds of threads and designs and batting and tools, the 5 variegated threads. So now this has a value of over $3,000. All those items are free, so it's still $7.99. And you can use your coupon code to save another 10%. So that's the best package I've ever put together. Okay, so now that's Fusion, but let's talk about FTCU. Remember, I saw those icons. Look at the arrow on the bottom of the screen. That's showing you how many more icons. So that's what I have on there is I have things like spiral fill, or I have applique, I have emboss, I have different types of motifs. All I do is click and changes on it. And then I've got all different paths, and there's so many different fonts on this machine because it also, on the software, because it also works with TrueType fonts. So this is a font software. It is a digitized software. It's saved as so. It's everything. FTCU, our customers love it because it has free upgrades for life. So one of the upgrades they added like 3 or 4 years ago was Photo Stitch. And it truly takes your photo and turns it into a beautiful embroidery thread art masterpiece. And so we love Photo Stitch. And so this is included. It's been for the last 3 years with that. But remember how I mentioned free upgrades for life? Well, the Photo Stitch was like 3 or 4 years ago. They just added one. They add those fonts. And here's some more detail of those colored fonts. Beautiful fonts, script fonts. They also have a font that reminds me of like Letterman jackets because it has a fuzzy, the center part is done like a faux chenille. And so all those, once you do your update, if you're an FTCU owner, you do your update and you'll get those, and then you'll get all those new fonts. But they also added new fonts for your monogram. You know, the traditional monogram is the arrangement of designs. And so that gives you the ability to add more fonts. And they added more decorative decor and motifs and borders around those. So that's part of the update. And they added the ability, it's called a wizard called the Monogram Template Designer. So you can take and make your own monograms and arrange them with all those different fonts. And so it's something that I love because I can play with it and arrange it. And once you get it just the way you want it, then you output it and you embroider it. And that's what it's all about. This one's really cool. We had snap to grid, but now we have snap to object. And that you see here, it automatically lines up and I can actually move it on the same plane. This is very useful when you're combining designs that you want connected. So this is a graphic tool that now has been applied to it. Now there's so many different updates, but my presentation's long enough as it is, so I had to stop here. So you can go to Floriani's website to see more. But download if you have the FTCU, you can download your latest version and you'll get all these different updates. So Universal Bundle is something that's different than FTCU, and it's only available at special events. And so what that means is that they took the FTCU and they merged 4 additional designs all in one platform, okay? So it not only has FTCU, but also you get the Rainbow software, all within the same platform, as well as you get Lettering Master. Lettering Master gives you the ability to take TrueType fonts and create entire alphabets out of it. And so that way it becomes part of your software. So it's virtually endless font collections. Also, you have called Sketch-a-Stitch. So if you have a touch screen with a stylus pen or a touch pad, you can actually turn it into a sketch pad. And so what you see here is you see a graphic background that's been sketched, and you can turn and you're sketching that and it turns it into thread art. So this is a video from my friend Trevor Conquergood, who loves this software as well as all Floriani software. But see, you have the ability to do calligraphy. It has satin stitch applique. So if you feel more comfortable drawing than using a mouse, this really turns it into a digitizing tool. So that's part of it. That's normally not part of FTCU. This is part of the Universal Bundle, or you purchase this separate. The fourth item that's part of it is called Total Quilter. Now, this program would sell for $999 by itself because it's 3 programs in one. And so the first one is My Decorative Quilter. So I have virtually endless selection of quilt blocks, or I can load my own. And from that quilt block, I can take the color of the quilt block and simply fill it with different fills, stippling, decorative fills. I'm basically turning my embroidery machine into a quilting machine around my block. So that's really cool. That's one facet of it. The next one is applique. That's part of it. And I can do in the hoop quilting, but it does it with applique. So I have all these different crazy stitches. They call them motif stitches. And so it basically turns it into an applique, and that's what's piecing it down. And usually you use like a mesh as a background, and then your fabric and your stitching. And when you're done, you can print a template so you know the pieces to cut out, or if you have a cutter like the Scan and Cut or the Silhouette or the Cricut, it will cut your fabric out. So that's really a cool function. The last one is taking the blocks you created and putting them together in what's called Quilt Builder. And you can apply sashes and borders, and you can range and point. As you know, as quilters, the arrangement does everything for your quilting and your layout. So that's part of it. So those three facets are in that one, and that's all included in the universal bundle. Now, some people say, well, I already have rainbow. I already have this. Well, again, you couldn't buy that one total quilter for less than $9.99. So this is all included, and the total price at Tech Party is $19.99. I have interest-free payments of $166.58 a month, but there's more. This is Tech Party. Trevor Conkergood, as I mentioned, he actually has 8 different DVDs. They're actually not DVDs anymore. You get them and you have a download code because DVD is a thing of the past. So these are tutorial videos that are step-by-step on how to work with FTCU. It also has different ones on the Sketch and other programs. They also has all kinds of designs called Embroidery Club. This is a huge value. It's actually, they reduced the values because they're selling them now separately. They used to buy them individually and it'd be well over $2,000, but now they have for $9.99 because you can buy them separately or buy them as a package, but you get them free with the universal bundle. But there's more. I'm also going to give the 20 collection of designs, the thread, the scissors. This total value is over $9,000, but it's still for $19.99. And you can use coupon code and save 10% off this. Never have I offered that. This is actually over 78% off, but this, I had to buy these in advance. These will go out quickly. So give us a call, 1-800-865-9664 right now. I'm serious. Or if you can't get a hold of someone, what are you waiting for? Click on the link to order or email us at customerservice@moores-sew.com. Lock this in. We will sell out of these very, very quickly. All right, we got another prize. What we have here? Okay. We have a Brother computerized machine, the NS80E, and this has 80 stitches. It's only 14 pounds. It is computerized. Actually, that's a very similar machine to what you have at home, Jules, and you've had that machine for a lot of years, okay? And so that's a wonderful machine. We'll come back to the slides here. So how do you win that? That has a retail value of $749. You can buy that on our website. Click on the link and you can order that. And we have a better price now, but the value is $749. Like, share, comment. All right. So the next series of machines build upon each other. Okay, and so as I talk about features, the next one up I'm going to describe, it has the similar features. So that we're going to build to the perfect machine, which is ultimately the new Brother Avenir and the Baby Lock Radiance machines that were just introduced that I'm so excited about. So, but let's talk about what technology does is when they come up with these new top models, they bring prices down on ones that were once top models. So the Brother NQ3550 is a combination sewing machine and embroidery machine. Let's go over the top features of this machine, okay? So first of all, as sewing, it has 290 beautiful stitches. It has a clear screen, and these stitches, some of them are very large, okay? The Brother, as a manufacturer, they actually stitch sideways, and so you see how big those scallop stitches are, so that's wonderful. It also has a feature where it looks like automatic stippling. It is. It actually, this is great for borders. It will do free motion too, but I tell you, sometimes you just want to do borders of stippling. This is amazing. So that's part of this machine. It will sew sideways. Sometimes you can't turn your fabric, and I just simply select the arrow and go from side to side for patches and for different angles. And of course, they're known for the needle threader. It's hands-free. It works every single time. It's wonderful. It has a feature called automatic fabric sensor. And so what's different about this, it senses the thickness. And so what it's doing is reducing the pressure when it goes up over something, or increasing the pressure when it goes on shear, or decreasing it when it does elastic. So it's constantly giving you the best pressure, and then it has automatic tension. And that combined with the feeding it has wonderful fabric control. So it has a feature that is a 1/4 inch automatic 1/4 inch. And so what we're going to do here, let's go ahead and escape out of this real quickly. And we're going to go into, okay. So many videos on it, sometimes they freeze. All right, so it has an automatic 1/4 inch. And what that does for me is that it moves the needle to the right, so the edge of the right foot is a 1/4 inch without using a special foot. And that's a nice feature on it. It also has automatic pivots. So when it ends there, it will raise the foot automatically, like I showed you on the Janome. So again, this has features equivalent to what I showed you in that Janome. But it's also an embroidery machine. It has a large 6 by 10 inch embroidery hoop with 258 built-in designs. It has on-screen editing of all those different fonts, 38 different fonts. And you're going to see characteristics of how easy it is to edit the lettering on a brother and baby lock machine. And so look at that. Between the letters there, it has automatic jump stitch removal. And so that's a nice feature on that there. And I also can take this here. Actually, it's not jump stitch removal on this one. It's actually, you can cut the threads. It automatically cuts the threads. And so I can also, has a USB port, but it also comes with a program. Let's go full screen on this. This is a program you can download so you can view your designs, and I can simply select the design and send it to the machine because it's a Wi-Fi machine. And so that's something that you can use your desktop or laptop computer and send it. That's a cool feature. And that's free. It's a download that you get from their website. So as I mentioned, there's an authorized price reduction. Again, this is combination sewing and embroidery. And it would have a package retail of over $4,400 for $2,299.99. That's only $300 more than S7. And this is a combination sewing and embroidery machine. So again, depends on what features you want, but that's a great deal in a combination machine. We have free shipping across the country, as well as we have interest-free payments. Now, let's go on to the next one. Oh, I forgot there's bonuses. We need bonuses, right? Okay, so it's going to include the BES Blue lettering software, 199 different fonts, beautiful digitized fonts. Some are decorative, some are applique, plus over 800 designs. That software comes with it, as well as I don't want to let out the surprise, a 5x7 magnetic hoop. So those combined are over $900 in value, free with your purchase. So again, that's limited stock on hand. Give us a call at 1-800-865-9664. You can email us at customerservice@moores-sew.com, or starting Monday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time, you can call one of our store locations. So, all right, so all the sewing features I showed you on the NQ3550, the Baby Lock Chorus has all those. This is just it's an amazing top model sewing and quilting machine. It doesn't offer embroidery, but let's talk about what it has in addition to those sewing features. So we'll go over the top features. First of all, it's over 11 inches, 11.25 inches of space. So it's a large opening, beautiful lighting. This LED lighting is brilliant. It's called a full spectrum lighting, that actually is what it uses. It also has a digital dual feed. So not only does it have an automatic fabric sensor, but this is a belt-driven dual feed that is so amazing. And you can adjust the speed of it, and you can work with Miki, you can work with vinyl, you can work with quilting. It is an amazing, amazing product. It also has 771 stitches, including large ones, but its screen is much larger. It's a 7-inch screen. So it's really, really a large screen. And also, I had the ability to preview in detail the stitches. It also has a basting feature, so it automatically disengages the needle and stitches our beads, and then stitches long basting stitches. I love that feature for obvious reasons. It also has a laser. So not only can I do a 1/4 inch without changing the foot, or I can use any of my feet and adjust my laser for a seam guide. And so that is a nice feature that's on the Baby Lock Chorus. All kinds of accessories. So many accessories are included with this machine, including this very large supporting table on the Chorus. That's a huge benefit, but also this thread stand, so use the larger spools. That's included as well. And so those are some nice features included here. So now let's go on. So all the features of the Chorus are on the Baby Lock Altair 2, all the sewing features. and the Brother Stellaire XJ2. These are combination sewing and embroidery machines. So let's talk about what more sewing features it has. It has automatic tapering, and the tapering even goes down to a 15-degree. So it's much narrower. So you can do that with decorative stitches and it really gives you some decorative embellishments that are amazing. It also has hand stitches that are more forward motion. So even turning corners, it kind of gives you that almost a hand sculptured shape. So those are in those machines. But also these are really, they were former top model embroidery machines. Okay, and they have a large 9.5 by 14-inch embroidery area. This is huge. So this is on the Altair 2, the Stellaire XJ2, but also we'll talk about embroidery models that have this as well. It also has 40 yarn couching designs. So it comes with a foot that couches yarns. It also has letters and numbers to do couching. It has automatic applique. So I can take a design and turn it into a patch. And then I can do a matrix copy that multiplies those rabbits faster than rabbits. I love saying that. Someone's rolling their eyes at me. I know it. Taking this here, look at what I can do. I make those patches and it automatically color sorts. So that's called matrix copy. Also beautiful, large fonts. So this here is a font that looks like French knots, but there's all kinds of beautiful large fonts. And it has 30 different fonts. So it's more, but you see the whole screen. So this has an 11-inch, or should be 10.1-inch screen. So I see the whole alphabet. And I can do right, left, justified. I have a lot more control on all the different alphabets and fonts and arrangement. Then I can combine it with embroidery and stitch it out. So the screen has everything to do with your ability to fully enjoy your embroidery. Now, it also has a feature called a 2-point laser system. Okay, now what this does for me is it gives me the ability to take and place my design exactly where I want it. Now, I have a line drawn there for a reason. I'm imagining I didn't hoop something straight. You would probably try to hoop it straighter than that. But I want to put a line of text on that. So what we've got here is I can line up the first end of my fonts with the line, and you can do it slower or faster. And then you can move it to the next one. And what happens is that once I line this up, it's going to change the design so that it stitches out. In this case, I've got Juliana's name there, and it's stitching it perfectly on that line. And that's what the 2-point laser gives you. And so that's a feature that's on the Altair 2 and the Stellaire XJ2. It's also on 2 other models that only embroider. I'll talk about that in a second. So it has 30 built-in fill patterns that I can do, not only echoing around a design, but I can do decorations around a design that I can truly enhance. I can make blocks. I can do quilting in the hoop. There's all kinds of video content out there. There's a person I work with, Kathy Brown from Sewing Tech Talk, and she does all kinds of videos on using the fills to do edge-to-edge quilting on these machines. And so that's a wonderful, wonderful product. It also has an app that I can send an image to, and create automatic embroidery from a screenshot. And I'll show you that image I create, because that actually is done on, I did several layers of batting. And so I wanted the effect of trapunto. And so that's a screenshot I sent to the machine, and it turned it into beautiful stitches, beautifully right there. So now let's talk about the scan and cut, because it enhances any embroidery machine, because not only does it cut fabric, but it has built-in designs that you can cut and embellish and read applique. So why would I want to read an applique file? So this works with the PES format of embroidery. And what this does, I can take an embroidery design, and typically, okay, so a typical embroidery design, you stitch the placement, you put the fabric down, and then you cut it out, hopefully slower than what I'm showing you here. Obviously, it's sped up. And then when you applique, the problem is if you don't cut it clean enough, in this case, I'm using a blanket stitch, it's not clean. So here's what I do. If I have the Stellaire, I can actually send the design wirelessly to my scan and cut. And so it cuts out that piece, and I place it perfectly. I'm using Applique Wonder, and it puts it perfectly so my stitch is perfect because my fabric is perfect. See, applique is so much better because I can do far more without as many stitches. And look at the difference between with a scan and cut and without. But let's take a look at the different machines. We'll go up on the line, and I'm going to first of all start with the Chorus. So what we have here, we've got, of course, there's a beautiful area. Here's all those stitches we stitched out. Here's my digital dual feed. And there's that big table that comes with it. So it's a beautifully lined out machine. There's the screen. But what I have here, I want you to see, if we look at the fabric here, we've got that laser. So I'm going to turn it on or off. So that can be moved around. And on the screen, let's look at the screen. It's so easy to maneuver. First of all, everything's done like a chapter in a book. So I've got my utility stitches. I got quilt stitches. I've got directional stitches. If I want to look at decorative stitches, I've got all kinds of decorative stitches I can page through. So it's very well laid out. I can also go through my help menu, and it gives me information on, well, here, this is kind of cool. It's the sewing guide. I can actually look at this, and I want to do a function like a blind hem. I have two different types of blind hem. I can choose the blind hem. It's actually selecting it. Everything's adjusted based on my selection, and it gives me step-by-step information. And when I'm done, I go ahead and close out of there. It's actually set up for it. So it's really a very well laid out screen. But let's actually go to my side-to-side stitches. And I want you to see here, because this is a little different than the prior model I showed with the side-to-side stitching. I see everything at one time. And let's take this here and let's look on the fabric. So you can see it's sewing sideways. And if I want to take and sew at an angle, it even has stitches, and let's swing over here to my decorative stitches. As I showed you, it has stitches, okay? There we go. Let's do this one right here. Close. Actually, I want to do a different one. Let's take this here and do, oh, so many stitches, such beautiful stitches. Actually, this one right here. On the screen here, we can also take it here. There's the one right there. I want to take this, I want to do multiple. There we go. So this is actually sewing, we look at the fabric, in different directions. I like this foot that I'm using because I can see it, and I can see it, and I can hold it parallel. And if I want to, I can put my laser on, because my goal is to keep them parallel, the movement here. But the other thing I like about this is that we're going to stop this and go back to the screen. And I'm going to just go to my regular straight stitch. And with one button, I can drop my feed dogs. And so what does that mean? Is I can actually take this here and switch it to free motion. And I don't have another machine out there, except these that are made by the same manufacturer, that I can use the same foot for sewing as well as free motion. So I'm combining my sewing features with my quilting features all in one foot. So you can see how there's advantages to doing that, okay? So that's the baby lock chorus. Now let's move on up the line. And what I want to do is let's look at the fabric up here. Let's go do a quick shot of what the Stellaire and the Altair 2. So that owl right there is on the both models, but we've got these campers right here. We've got, look at the sewing machine. That's actually on the Altair. That's one of the exclusive features here. The quilting. And when I say the Altair 2, we also have an embroidery machine called the Meridian 2. Same features. Look at the couching there. So let's talk about the Altair 2. Okay. So we're going to first of all look at the screen. So some of the designs that we saw, I showed you the owl. I love how this shows me very clearly on the screen. I see all the different colors of thread, and it's listed in Floriani, but I can choose other brands of thread. And I can also, let's go back here. Let's go back and look at some of the fonts. Okay, remember how I said the different fonts here? Here's my letter B of that font right here. And it also has other, these are giant fonts. Now let's actually show you one of the most powerful features on this machine, and that is in embroidery. I'm going to take this design. This, if you've had a brother or baby lock machine for a long time, you recognize this going back to the Quattro. I love this design mainly because I have it stitched out. And what I want to do is I want to take this and show you how powerful this sizing program is. See, typically you only have about a 10% ratio. This has a feature where I can take it and enlarge it 200%. So when we look at this, there's the regular, there's enlarged 200%, and the stitch quality is the same because I obviously had add stitches. Now, if I was to shrink it below that, then it'd just be like cement. Well, this, when I go down 70%, that tiny one, it's the same quality. So you can see the benefit of having that sizing program. Let's take something else. So there's so many other cool things about this here. So let's go back. Let's delete that. I'm going to go to this pattern right here. I love this hummingbird. And so I already told you that I can size it, and I will. But let's have fun with the color on this here. See, I have an editing feature where I can change my color based on the individual color. Like, for example, this right here, my spool of thread. Oh, see, can't read that. Okay, well, I have my reading glasses here. I've finally humbled myself to put my glasses on. 0376. Okay, that's a Floriani thread. And so I can choose my brands. Gutermann, Isacord, Robinson Anton, Sulky, Madeira. But let's go to Floriani. But I can actually choose, let's say I want this blue to be in the wings right here. And so I can go by the number 0376. And it changes that to that color. And the thing about that, I love showing that, is that I can audition my thread I have rather than someone else's thread. I also can take this and do what's called visualizer, and I can say, okay, I want to see random configurations. And I say, okay, I maybe like that one. Let's just refresh it. I can do this 10 times until I think I like it the way it comes up with. And so this is really a cool design to do this with, because I can audition these favorites. I go, well, maybe not. That, maybe. I like that one. So now I like that one. That's now changed for me. So that's a nice feature that's available on this and the higher models. And again, I can take this and size it. Move it. Look how quick this responds. Copy, paste, mirror it. Okay, so we got that. Now this is what's cool. I'm going to take this and merge these as one, because I can now access my different stippling and see, because it's merged as one, it's doing around that complete design. But then they added this last year where I can access my different fill patterns. And so I can select from 30 different fill patterns. And so let's go ahead and bring this up here, and let's do these roses. And I want, that's a little too close, so I can adjust the size to be larger. Okay. And I can preview that. But I also can show you how this stitches out. So let's see the large size here. How nice that is. So again, it shows you the power of this machine. Now, I want to go to another powerful feature because this has IQ technology, and it is called IQ Designer. IQ Designer gives me the ability to create my own designs. I have shapes that I can work with. So let's say I want to take this shape right here, and I can access those different fills. Remember those fills? And I can simply just choose a fill, and from there choose a color. Let's say I want to choose this fill. Choose a color, and use my bucket and fill that in. So as I fill that in, here's a sample. So I mean, there's so much you can do with this. But what I'm really excited about is the fact that I can take and send an image from my phone. Okay, so here's my phone. Remember the video? This one right here that's a screenshot of a clip art. But let's take this one right here. That's my, this right here is obviously an ice cream cone. So I'm going to bring it in, and I've already loaded it from memory here. So let's go ahead and bring it in from memory, because I had sent it via Wi-Fi. And with this here, if we want to look at it, when I sent it, it turned it into embroidery automatically. I mean, beautiful quality. If I want to change it, let's say I want to change and put more of a chocolate swirl. I want some ice cream. My wife knows I love ice cream. There we go. That's more of a chocolate swirl. But the point is, from artwork to embroidery instantly, it is truly amazing. Now, that's all the embroidery, well, not all, but just a fraction of the features on the Altair 2. But they also make the Meridian 2, which is the embroidery only version of the same. So when I talk about the embroidery features, they're both the same. But now let's talk about the Stellaire series in the Brother line. And I want to talk about the relationship it has with two products. We have the Brother Print Moda, and the Print Moda is a fabric printer. And we talked briefly about the Scan and Cut. Okay, so the Scan and Cut right away, this is, to me, if you do embroidery applique, you need a Scan and Cut. Whether you own a Brother or not, if you can create it into a PES format, it can cut out the applique. But it also will cut on all different types of product, and it has a scanner so that I can scan my fabric. And so if I take this here and turn my power on, it went to sleep, so I forgot to turn my power back on. Okay. The difference between other cutters is that I really don't know where my product is. You actually have to position and do a tracing. Where this, I can actually take this and scan it. And that's beautiful with the different blades and different fabrics right here. And so we're going to open this up. It went to sleep. We're doing a long video here. And so I'm going to take this here and put this in. Okay, so it's live video. It did it wrong, so it's pushing it back out. So normally you don't do this from behind. Okay. There we go. There we go. And see, it senses the thickness of what we're working with. So the benefit of the Scan and Cut, it has the cutter, or has the scanner. It also has built-in designs. So you have built-in patterns, or you can scan your own patterns. But we're going to talk about what it does for applique. Now, if we have a close-up view of this here, This is that actual sample I showed you. This will work with any applique PES format. So this was a design that could be any embroidery machine that you have a PES. It will read it and cut it out. But that's not what we're going to talk about, what it does with the Stellaire. So hold that thought. And then the Print Moda Studio, it prints onto 100% cotton fabric. It has rolls that are 5.4 yards that you can print on it. And there's been so much that we've done with this here. In fact, we introduced this last year. I want to look at some samples. That was just the infancy. So many people are using this. Our staff is having a lot of fun. One of my staff members, Karen, said she got this picture on the internet. So she printed it onto fabric. And then she went back and did some embroidery on it. And then here's using the scan and cut and putting heat set vinyl. And this is embroidery. Now this is cool. This is a picture she printed on fabric and then went and did thread painting on it. And then right here, this is embroidery applique that they printed the fabric they wanted to. So we're going to talk about this here. So let's go to the Stellaire and let's talk about something very unique on this. So really the difference between the Stellaire, let's go on the screen here. Okay, guys, we're going to switch to the screen here. All right. Really, the difference between the Stellaire and the Altair is the built-in designs. Babylock has their own exclusive designs. They share some of the same, but the only exclusive brother has Disney. Okay, and so you've got some beautiful Disney designs. Here's one we have stitched out right here. Beautiful, and this is 9.5 by 14. So really, that in short is the difference of the machine by itself. But there's one other unique thing. When you marry the scan and cut 325 and the brother Stellaire machine and the Luminaire machine and the new Avenir machine to the scan and cut, it unlocks features that are not on any other machine. And here's how I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this design right here. This is a very detailed embroidery of these butterflies. And you see, this is embroidery. That's not applique. That's stitches. Okay. The difference between applique is that would be fabric, right? So what I have here is I have a feature because I've married these two. They're connected. The scan and cut 325X and SDX 325 and the 330D are the models that will do that. It unlocks a feature right here. And that will allow me to take color sections of this design. I'm going to take the pink and the two pinks right there. But I'm not going to take the outside. So the point is, and here's the difference. If I take the outside, then it takes away this little scalloped edge. I'm going to show you two samples of the difference. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave that alone and go next. And then I can choose to have a satin stitch. So if I would have taken that scallop stitch out, I would have chose a satin stitch. But I left the scallop stitch in, so I chose a smaller stitch. Then I go preview, and it turns it into applique. Now, I would then proceed and go to the next one and choose that color and go over all the way on. They do it in this design 2 at a time. But what I do is when I'm done, I go to embroidery and I go to memory, and this is connected to the scan and cut, and I send it to the machine. And then what I do, if I go to the scan and cut, let's look at the scan and cut now. If I go up here, I go to a feature on my menu, which is called connection. That's my connection to the machine. And I want to retrieve a design. I already have it in the memory, so I won't go for my wireless, but it's sent it wireless. And here is the design when I did all the butterflies right there. And it cut it out. Let's come back down here. It cut out all those butterflies. And I'm using Applique Wonder. So let's look at the hoop. Do we have a shot of the hoop? Okay, so let me see there. We're going to bring in the hoop here. because I want you to see here. There we go. So this applique wonder has it fused, but then has a sticky side to it. And then I put this right there, and I created an applique design. Remember, that design was not applique. That's the feature. That's the difference on what I can do with the Stellaire and the Luminaire and the Avenir series machines. It turned it into applique. Now, here is the difference. See how I left the scallop in there? So it's the design itself is the applique. Well, if I would have went that one step further, if I look at this here, there's that solid applique. I think it's better with the other form. So you have the option of doing both. Now, the other thing I have is the ability to send one of those built-in designs. So if I go back to the scan and cut, and let's see if we can go closer into it. And I'm going to go to my, use my other side here. Okay, that's good. Connection, and I want to send a pattern. I mean, I think it's over 1,300 patterns, maybe more, from this here. And so let's take this one right here and this sewing machine. Okay, I can go to the next step and choose just the outline. Now, remember my design center? Let's go to my design center on this. And we're going to go to here on the screen of the sewing machine. Okay, so my design center and the shapes, but there's a new shape on this, the scan and cut. So these are shapes that I sent over from the scan and cut. Now I want you to see this here. This is a shape that when I originally demonstrated the print moda, that I created and made this design. And this is fabric that is cut out, but I printed the fabric on the print moda. So that's why these three items we call the trifecta of creativity. And what that does for you, it gives you the ultimate in creative design. But let's take this right there. This is my sewing machine. And I can easily just come in here and fill this in with a satin stitch or fill stitch. And I took, and from my scan and cut, I created my own design. So it truly, that's the trifecta of creativity, taking the Stellaire, the scan and cut, and the print moda. So let's go over the specials. All right, everyone, let's go over the specials here. All right, so remember we started with the chorus. The chorus is that sewing and quilting machine. It has a price drop. They just lowered the price just recently, so we have it for $4,999. Interest-free payments of $208.29 a month. Free shipping across the country. And wait, there's a bonus. We're giving the chorus inspirational guide, which is full color of all kinds of information operating the machine. We also have Baby Lock has the best education. They have what's called Love of Knowledge. It's a portal of all kinds of videos. They have over 1,000 videos, and they have some specific to, in this case, the chorus, or they have them on techniques or feet. And so you get a 60-day membership of that. But also, we're including a set of 26 different accessory feet. They come in the kit, and these don't normally come with the machine. So these are over and above what already come with the machine. And so that's a great value. So that bonus value is $499 value, and it's included free with this. But wait, this is Tech Party. Remember that bonus, you get a gift card in the amount of 10% if you purchase up to $500. And so with that, how you do that again is you go to notes. So you check out, you're putting your name in there, you put in your information, and it has notes. And you put the word Tech Party. And what happens is that once we ship the product, if you buy it online, once we ship the product, we will email you an e-card to use on our website. But if you call or place your order in the store, then you get a physical card. And so 10% up to $500 you purchase as a bonus in addition to the sale price. Now let's talk about the Meridian 2 and the Altair 2. Now the Altair 2 is both sewing and embroidery. The Meridian 2 has all the embroidery features of what I talked about on the Altair 2. Okay, so it depends on if you want sewing or just want embroidery. So let's talk about the Meridian 2. So dedicated embroidery, it is $8,999 normally, and they just allowed me to reduce the price down to $54.99. That's an incredible deal. Remember, that has a 9.5 by 14 embroidery area. Some of you need an extra machine, an extra embroidery machine. Some of you need your third embroidery machine. This is a great deal on this machine. We have interest-free payments on it of $229.13 a month, free shipping across the country, and there's a bonus. We're going to give you the inspirational guide for the Meridian, the Love of Knowledge membership, the online training, but I'm also going to give you Floriani Fusion and Rainbow software too. That is an amazing deal. That total package would be $549 if you bought it separately, and it's included free. But wait, there's one more thing. You get that gift card of 10% up to $500, and you know how to get that. And I'm going to show you again. You type in the word Tech Party in notes at checkout, or tell us, I saw the Tech Party, give me the bonus, please. Okay, and so you get that as well. Now we're going to talk about the Altair 2. So this is everything sewing and embroidery. Really, this was once their top line. And so it has features that are amazing, okay? And so there's only 2 machines that are above this, the Solaris Vision and the new Radiance. So this is up in the series, okay? So it has a regular retail value of $13,999. It's been lowered to $84.99. I've never been able to offer that at that. And at interest-free payments of $236.08, we have free shipping across the country. And you know there's a bonus. So let's talk about the bonus. It has everything I gave with the Meridian 2 bonus, but the Altair version of the inspirational guide, but also Madeira thread, stabilizer. We've got scissors. We've got an in the hoop project. This is $849 value. Now, what else? There's something else. We know this. The double dip advantage. What is this? Okay, this is something I've never done here before. And it's only on 3 specific baby lock models I want to talk about. So this is the first one. It's the Altair 2. So not only do you type in the word Tech Party in notes at checkout, and we'll send you, if you buy it online, the gift card up to 10% up to $500 of your purchase. But you get an instant rebate by scrolling down to our coupon code. And you type in coupon code here. And I lost my, we'll go back here. That video. Okay, we're going to start right here. Got it. All right, so love it. So again, type in Tech Party in notes, but the instant rebate, here's how this works. You go to the coupon code, and once you go to coupon code, you click on that, and you type in the word Altair 2. So you're doing 2 things. Tech Party in the notes, Altair 2 in the coupon code. You apply it, and what this does, it takes off $500 in your secured checkout. So it's $79.99. So I've never offered that before. This is while I have them in stock. So don't wait. Click on the link to order this or give us a call on it. If you have questions, you can email us at customerservice@moores-sew.com or call us at 1-800-865-9664. Now let's talk about this Stellaire XJ2. This is the sewing and embroidery machine, the Stellaire series. And this they brought it down to $84.99. That is the lowest price I've ever offered on this. Interest-free payments of $236.11. Free shipping across the country, and there's a bonus. What this includes is that Scan and Cut SDX 325 and a set of luggage that's made specifically for it, and a magnifying lens that attaches to the machine so you can see it in the needle area, plus the Angela Wolf Master Series Academy. So it's step-by-step. In this case, it'd be for the Stellaire series. And it's a year membership with registration, and she goes step by step. I mean, there's lots of chapters of high-definition video to follow. And then we're also including the BES lettering with the 199 different fonts and 800 designs. So that total package is over $4,000 included free. But let's make it ultimate. So the ultimate, we're missing one component to make it ultimate, and that is the print moda. So remember print moda, there's my fabric that I created that design with and made it with the scan. Now you know how I made it with the still air and the scan and cut, okay? This, they just lowered the price. So if you don't have this, you could buy this at the lowest price ever of $799. Okay, that's a factory authorized price drop. And we're still including not only the starter kit that comes with it, but the roll of fabric that's now $79. And that's an extra row that's 5.4 yards. But if we add it, that makes it ultimate. So you only pay $749 more based on how I package it. So the ultimate bundle is if you all three of those items, the scan and cut, the print moda, and the Stale Air XJ2, $9,249. It is over $18,000. This is almost 50% off. Interest free payments of $256.94, and so it's 49% off. Okay, so that's a great deal. Now let's say you just want embroidery. So the Stale Air XE2 has all the embroidery functions, no sewing, all the embroidery functions of the XJ2. And we have a package with the scan and cut and the same bundle, and it's for $5,499.99. Interest free payments of $229.16 and free shipping across the country. But let's make it ultimate. So ultimate means we add the print moda, and by doing that, it brings it to $6,249. Interest free payments of $260.42. So it truly is amazing. Now, 59%. That is an amazing discount. Any questions? Email us at customerservice@moores-sew.com. Why would you have any questions? Just buy it. Click on the link and buy it, or call us at 1-800-865-9664. Now, the best time, the very best time to buy a top model is when a new top model comes out. So as I mentioned, and you probably saw the introduction early this week, the introduction of the Brother Avenir and the Baby Lock Radiance. Incredible machines. I can't wait. I'm almost there to tell you about it. But let's tell you about the deal we have on this. So every feature that I just talked about on the Stale Air and the Altair are on the equivalent models here, but more. So what do they have more? They have a larger hoop. It's 16 by 10 and 5/8. Beautiful embroidery designs. It also has projection. Remember the Luminaire XP3 Solaris Vision has the projector, so I can audition my designs beautifully. It's a top model. I mean, other brands are just coming up to this. It has built-in designs that are 28 by 15. And how it does, I can take both built-in and other designs and connect them automatically with their camera feature and their projector. So this technology, they didn't have to come out with a new machine. This is still top in the industry. But right now, I've got a closeout that you would not believe. It has projected guidelines, both grid lines, both angles, quarter inch, piecing, I mean, everything. I have total control to mark my fabric with the projector lines. 60-degree angles. So for doing my piecing, those are Y seams. So much capability. It actually has tapering, but I use a target sticker so that it knows when to start the taper, so you have perfect points on the end of fabric. It has edge-to-edge quilting, built-in patterns that it projects the section, so you line it up and you can simply line up and sew and quilt the next one over and over again, and you truly turn it into a quilting system. These features are incredible, but it has more. You have the ability to take like a panel. Imagine, you're going to see in a second here, this panel, this is from Hoffman, scanning it, drawing right on the screen, and applying it, because it's not just with the app, it works with the scanning function. And I can create those fills, and I can use it really as a quilting system. They call it, a brother coins their phrase, quiltbroidery. And so these top model features, you can't, I mean, there's no other machine other than the new models that have it. The scanning, there's the image of the penguin instantly in embroidery, as well as taking, I love showing this. I actually have the image shortly. That's an image that my daughter Miranda drew. And so you can actually turn beautiful for sketching into artwork. So what I'm saying basically here is there's never been a better time to buy these machines. And I have a special package with both of them. And this is for our local distribution. But we have savings with the qualified trading. We have interest-free financing. We have discounts if you don't financing. We add up everything. In some cases, it's over 50% off. I mean, so, but that's while supplies last. And again, there's never been a better time, because what's next? Call us, 1-800-865-9664, again, for our local distribution. But there's a breakthrough. This truly is the greatest advancement. And so what I just did here is I built upon each platform. One's better than the next. But from the Luminaire to and the Solaris Vision to these new models, the Avenir EV1 and the Radiance, there's never been such a leap in technology. I mean, every area that I just described on all those machines has been taken to the exponential level. I mean, it's incredible. But as we saw this in the presentation, some of you saw live when Brother unveiled it, there's just so much. I really want to talk about some of the features that really caught my eye. And we'll go more in detail, especially in our local tech parties that are coming next week. So what do these machines have? Okay, first of all, let's go over them. Okay, so if we go to large screen here. We now have 70 inches of workspace. So that's 14.1 inches to the left, to the right of the needle. And then that's the largest volume of any machine out there. And get this, it has projection. It's now larger. It's 8x5. So the projection that we once had now has been expanded to a larger area, even behind the foot. So look at that foot. So I have guidelines and grid lines and circles and different colors. So in showing you that, I mean, it's never been better for positioning all the different guidelines where you want them. And it's far clearer and more exact. So again, taking it to the next level. They truly did. The best just got so much better. What's next? ISR, Intelligent Stitch Regulation. Truly amazing. It has 3 modes in basting. Also, it has regulation in straight and zigzag, both one that is constant or one that's more like precise. And there's 3 different feet. And it truly gives you, I mean, it's so smooth. And what's unique about it is that the way it works with the screen and the way it adjusts the stitches makes it so you're better at free motion. But remember those grid lines? Look at that. I can still use it with my grid lines. So let's say you don't want to get so close to the edge of the fabric. I wish I could do that on long arms. They don't have that ability. So stitch regulation with the projected lines, awesome. Okay. And so now I'm going to be better at free motion. So I'm excited about that feature. Oh, biggest embroidery ever. 18.25 by 11 5/8 inch. It's the largest single embroidery area in the industry. And so big, massive designs. And they got designs that fill that hoop. Plus, it gives you so much more capability. Now, it has a supporting table behind the machine for the hoop because it's so big. That's wonderful. And it also has latching, a latch on both ends now, and it's rubber reinforced. So on the sides, so it's much more support with your embroidery. Now, the Radiance that's the Baby Lock Radiance, has 1,858 built-in designs and 381 exclusive designs. I will tell you, Baby Lock has some of the best digitizing available. I mean, I can't wait to really show you this in person. I mean, I'm hoping to have more detail when our in-store tech parties come. But really, it is truly amazing in these patterns. There's a limited edition model. And we've been advertising this, and that we've been pre-selling them with a refundable deposit. And I believe they've reserved most of them. Baby Lock had dealers reserve them. I have some that I reserved for myself. So I have a few extra. If you're local here, contact us, and you can reserve one of the Baby Lock Radiance models, the limited edition. Now, the Brother has 1,858 designs, but they also have Disney patterns. and 217 built-in Disney patterns. Now, if you've had Brother machines before, you know you love their Disney. They get bigger and better. They expand upon them. They're larger. If you, they have some of the same ones, but they also add them. But if you miss one of the ones from your prior models, if you trade in, you can always go to embroidery.com and get those back again and purchase them. But there's so many beautiful, large patterns that are Disney and Brother. So that's, again, the separation between the two machines. If you're a Disney fan, you go with the Brother, okay? Now, my favorite feature, bar none, AI photo stitch, photo play, they call it. If you have experienced graphic programs like Adobe or different programs, AI is a huge factor, because things that I once took me so much time in editing, it does it automatically. And so they've applied that to photo stitch that are built in. And let's go to full screen behind me. I want to see what's behind me in the back here. I want you to see in the back of the screen. See back here? These are all photos that are done with embroidery, Brother photo stitch. So they've been an expert for years. Now let's bring it back to my PowerPoint. So they're offering that same technology without a computer. I can send a design. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll send it. I can either put it on a USB or send it through my phone or tablet app. And once I have it in there, I had chosen the form of thread art. I can choose background, to have it background or not. I can size it to the hoop. I have editing capability, and I simply press next, and it turns it into embroidery. I mean, it is without a computer, and it's powerful. There's so much we can do with that, because when we take a photo, it means something to us. When we embroider it, it means even more. And so I'm excited about this. This is my favorite feature on this machine. Now the projector, let's take it to full screen here. So the projector, they've expanded it. Remember I showed you with the grid light? So it's 8 inches deep by 5 inches wide, where prior it was 3 by 5. So huge advantage. So what does that do? I can see my design and edit it either on the fabric with my stylus or on the screen. I can adjust the size, the angle, the position. It is so accurate. And the things that have improved so much in technology is projection and screen. This is another really cool thing. Projected lines for buttonholes. Now, buttonholes, they automatically size themselves with the button in the foot, but it's positioning them one after the next. So what I can do is I can actually take it and adjust by the screen where I want the next buttonhole to be in relation to the first one. So watch this here. I can line it up, and I can position this so that I adjust it, and it shows me where I'm going to position for the next one, where I want the fabric to be. And so every buttonhole is going to be spaced perfectly. I mark my first one where I want, and I position them on the way. No other machine has had that capability. No other machine. And that's what's exciting. So let's go ahead and bring up the picture-in-picture here. So now we talked about the screen. I can't show you this because it's hard to portray it unless I'm right in front of it. But the screen is so brilliant. If you go to, when my wife and I go to Costco, I go right to the TV sets. And you've seen the last 5 years how TVs have improved, the detail. Well, that's what the screen is. The screen is remarkable. And now it works like a tablet. We have swiping with it. We can pinch to zoom. We have so much control. It also has voice guidance. Now, I thought, no, that's not a big deal. But there's some cool things about it. Yeah, it will tell me when the color to change. But it tells me when to insert my hoop when I'm doing things like my edge-to-edge quilting, or when to do the next step. So it reminds me just of prompts on the screen. So those are some cool features they've added to it. Another favorite one, it's alphabet preview. So I have 31 fonts built in, but have you ever wondered what does the Y look like? Or how does the G look like? And oh, it doesn't balance based on that font, but maybe it looks better on another font. I can preview the whole alphabet on the screen and see it so I have a better understanding of how it's going to stitch out. So that's a really nice feature. We have more fills than ever before, more control on those fills, more customization. Again, I'm just scratching the surface. This is amazing. This is light years ahead of the Luminaire and the Solaris Vision. So let's talk about the bundle. We'll go back to the split screen here. I'm going to take a sip of water here. So we have the introductory bundle for the Brother Avenir, and it includes custom luggage that's made specifically for this machine, a collection of, well, first of all, the Angela Wolf Masterclass admission. That's a year membership once you register. Her own design collection and thread to match that, as well as a brand new lettering editing software called BES Silver. It's a very powerful program. That's all included. The limited edition and the Radiance, they have different bundles. So I'm going to talk about the limited edition because it has a better bundle. And also the limited edition has 20 more designs than the regular one, the regular Radiance. So while I have the opportunity on this, I want to talk about this because we'll shortly run out of them. So it has, with the bundle, a exclusive cover, a Madeira limited edition thread chest. So that's the 3 drawers. I believe it's over 800 thread. Don't quote me on it, 800 spools, but it's well over $1,000 in thread. So a lot of thread, okay? And it's the poly neon. They have their exclusive daylight slimline lamp. It has a sorted pack of 20 by 30 inch cut stabilizer, baby lock signature gold scissors. Also a fabric panel by the Radiance fabric panel, 5x7 magnetic hoop. Again, this is on the limited edition. This has more stuff. It has, see, Baby Lock gives you via collections more fill stitches, more motifs to be used with IQ Designer. And so they have a special collection that has different designers, Kaylee Porter, Evie Hawkins, GE Designs, Xandra Shaw. That's all in one. So there's a lot of different fills. And then there's a Radiance collection. So you're getting a lot more built-in designing functions on this, plus a Facebook group that's exclusive to Radiance owners, plus 6 live educational events where you'll be able to take your machine and follow with them. They've done this with other machines, and they charge a lot for this, but it's free if you purchase the limited edition model. So let's talk about the Golden Bobbin Club. So again, these 2 machines are for our local customers. So if you're not local to Southern California, don't call and ask us to ship it to you because we can't. We'll tell you we can't. And I will recommend that you call your local dealer. Go to your local dealer. If you are in Southern California, or you can drive here and pick up the machine because we cannot ship it, a $500 refundable deposit locks in all your advantages. And I'm still going to make it refundable. Some dealers are not making refundable. I am until delivery of the machines, which they say in October, November. So I'm going to say, let's say the end of October. But I've got them reserved, a lot sold. And so here's what the Golden Bobbin Club is. It's a no-brainer because it's a refundable deposit. You lock in your best deal. So what does it do? It gives you your best trade-in and discount combined on either one of these models. I will assure you, you're going to get more than what you paid for. I mean, some of my customers are like, are you sure? I mean, more than I sold them their machine 5, 6, 10 years ago. I'm giving them back toward this. And that's only if you're a Golden Bobbin Club member. Plus, you're going to get also the bundle that I just told you about, either one of the Brother or the Baby Lock. And if you are lucky enough to get the Baby Lock Limited Edition Radiance, then that bundle. But also you get a Golden Bobbin Club member card that gives you discounts over and above our everyday pricing in store or online all through 2025. So that's the gift that keeps on giving. Plus, I have worked with OESD to have an exclusive library of designs, 1,000 designs, a value over $2,500. You're going to get that as well. And this is really exciting. So many of you know Kathy Brown. She hosts a show that we sponsor, Sewing Tech Talk. And then Terry Maffett. She knows everything about the Luminaire and PE design software. Both those two have been hosting a private site that for people who buy the Luminaire and the Solaris Vision from me. And I will tell you, Kathy Brown has put in this last year over 30 videos that I will top match any other video out there as far as education. Okay, so if you become a Golden Bobbin Club member, you'll have access to that, and they are going to be the first to get these machines, and they're going to be creating content that are only going to be available by my customers. So in addition to the other information you get from the other brands, you're gonna get this, and that makes it more better. See, you got to play that in there. And so that's only if you're a Golden Bobbin Club member. So again, this is for our local area. Shop your local dealer. They're going to support you on this here. This is a machine that's meant for local distribution. So contact your local dealer. But if you're in Southern California, close by, you can be here in person. Give us a call. All right, who wants to win a prize? Everybody wants to win a prize. I'm hearing you have to figure. Okay, there you go. We're going to give away a Baby Lock Vibrant Serger. So like, share, or comment. What's the value of that? That value is, let's see here. I think it was $799. Okay, so all the Baby Lock Sergers are on sale. And they are the most advanced out there. I mean, what happens is that technology has a way of catching people up. And so as brands are able to offer, let's say, air threading and other features that Baby Lock invented, Baby Lock has more features. So they're always ahead. They're superior in every way, in my opinion, than any other serger. So we have all of them on sale, but I'm going to focus on two models. I'm going to focus on the Anniversary Edition, which we have just a few of those left, and the Triumph, the top model Triumph. So let's talk about the top features of this here. Okay, so we'll go to full screen here. So, of course, the air threading. We love the air threading, and these are motorized threading, not the pump. So it has it where it will draw that thread, even the thicker threads, in much better. Much easier, okay? The Triumph has Revolution Air, which threads the needles. And that's so important because this has multiple needles, 5 different needles in, and there's not another combination cover hem sewing machine that has this type, has a built-in needle threader, and this is air threading. The Anniversary has a built-in mechanical needle thread that works really quite nice, but air threading is really cool. It has auto thread delivery, and no other brand has it. They have what's called automatic tension, and automatic tension has a limitation because what if you change the thread? What if you change the fabric? This right here, regardless of the thread, whatever thickness, whatever texture, whatever fabric, it always gives you the right stitch formation. It's perfect. It's amazing. So like this right here, my 3-thread, I turn to letter C, or excuse me, letter B. And this is on a stretchy, rubbery fabric. I do a rolled edge, letter D, on this lycra. Beautiful. I mean, it's so exact. Metallic threads. This is sliver thread. That's a metallic braid. It's so spirally that it almost gets tangled to go there, but yet I can form a perfect stitch on this stretched metallic lycra. And it just does such a beautiful job. No adjustment of tension. You just select the dial. Also, what's really unique on this is it does what's called serger crochet with that metallic thread even. I mean, it truly is so easy because it always performs perfect. I mean, it really does. Like this right here, I'm working with tulle and lace. Letter C is a narrow edge, and on this sheer fabric, it still pulls out beautifully. Again, auto thread delivery is so much better than what other machines are offering. It is crazy good. It has the wave stitch. No other machine has this. And so with the auto thread delivery, it switches it back from one side to the next, giving me a beautiful decoration. I mean, the decorative functions on these sergers are amazing. I love the wave stitch, and only Baby Lock has that. And it has what's called a single unit differential feed. It's much more precise than other brands, and that gives you so much more ability for gathering and easing the fabric. The Triumph has 4 different cover hem stitches. So now the Anniversary model is only 4-thread. This is an 8-thread, and I was using 4 of them in different variations of cover hems. That is something separate than what a serger offers. I also have on the Triumph a 5-inch opening, so it's larger for working with functions that are more like quilting. Okay, so there's some amazing quilting functions you can work with on that. Also, the Triumph has a thread bypass. This is a 4-weight thread, a Katona 4-weight. So thick, so beautiful. Why 8 threads? Okay, so 8 threads is combining the cover hem and the 4-thread overlock in 8 threads. So the first thing I would think of would be thicker threads. So it has a locking cutter. So this is thick denim. 4 layers of heavy denim. and it cuts it so cleanly and gives me 5 needle seams and overlocks, so it's 8 threads. So that's one reason for 8 threads, but also all kinds of wonderful decorative functions can be done with 8 thread. So let me show you a few features on this machine. So we're going to go over to the baby lock here, and I'm going to show you a few samples just up here, and I'm going to give a shout out to Kathy Brown for loaning me samples here. Obviously, this is a little swimsuit for a child. Here's some the rolled edge. Let's get really close on that there. But sometimes people think, what else can I use it for? What about quilting? Piecing, have a reverse piecing for quilt top with decorative threads. This right here, this is one of Kathy's favorite samples because it shows that you basically are sewing on nothing. And you're working with this netting fabric. Here's another sample with the Triumph doing a chain stitch with a decorative thread on the back. Actually, I think that might be a cover for quilting. Over here, we've got a skirt that's ruffled. And we've got more samples here, more piecing and quilting. So I'm going to first start with the anniversary edition. And so right here, this is a 4-3-2 thread serger. And I'm going to start with the threading. Okay, so if we have a close-up version into here, and I will tell you, I've got my glasses. I've only pulled them out once. I'm not going to pull them out here. And so, and I'm not left-handed. So I'm going to take this here so you can see with the video. Okay, and so I'll pull a little more. There it is right there. Okay, so hope you did you have a close-up shot of that, guys? All right, good. Just got my crew help me. Now, not only is that amazing, but I was already threaded, and I already was sewing. And if you don't have an air threading serger, you know that you have to unthread everything before you would thread the lower looper. I don't have to worry about that. And so that's all threaded. And if I was to take this here and go to letter A, that's for my 4th thread. Okay, well, I'm going to do letter B, but here's a 4th thread on a beautiful ribbon edge on that sheer stretch. Got a good close-up on that. And then here is denim. No adjustments whatsoever. But let's work with 3 thread. So I would use my C. And it actually has a little printout that shows you exactly that I would just use 3 thread letter B for all my 3 thread where I have the needle in that position. And so I'm going to take this thread, this fabric. This is a very sheer fabric with sequins on it. And we're going to take this and sew in 1 layer. And perfect. I'll show you this in a second here. This is a difficult fabric and has perfect stitch formation. Now, here's some other 3 threads before I switch. These are the ones I showed in the video. This is like rubber. It's this green, so it might be a frog outfit. I don't know. There's that serger crochet. But that was all on letter B. No matter what the fabric it was, no matter what thread, it's perfect. Rolled edge. So here's what's cool. No change in anything other than stitch selector, letter D, and I turn it to my rolled edge right here. And I'm going to take this. This is very, very sheer fabric. It's a different fabric altogether. And I want you to really zoom in on this here. That's beautiful. That is one of the best rolled edges. If I want to switch back to it, this is a different fabric than before. Because the first one was sequins. This one's like a stretch lame. It's just amazing. No change other than that. perfect formation. That's why the auto thread delivery is so much better. Now, one of the things that this comes with, and I mentioned this on one of the other Baby Lock machines, but this also comes with an inspirational guide. And this inspirational guide is step by step with every function. Now I'm going to turn it to here. This right here is one that talks about decorative stitching where it has a different thread on each side and is perfectly balanced. Well, what it does, it tells me exactly what to set. Can we get a real close shot of that here? Okay, so it shows me exactly what the settings are, gives me suggestions. I can even put my own sample there if I want to. Here's one right here. This is my wave stitch, and it shows me different variations of wave, tells me what selector. Everything is perfect on that. So we're including the inspirational guide, but this limited edition also comes with a set of fabric that is Baby Lock exclusive fabric. Let's zoom in on here. And it even has some that have the Baby Lock logo on it. But you get these fat quarters. That's only with this. And also we're going to talk about this foot kit. I'll tell you about the details of the foot kit of this here. And so, but let's go on to the Triumph. So I'm going to scoot on over to the Triumph. And so the first thing you see is it's larger, but let's show you the threading. So the needles, I cannot see these needles. And what I want to do is I want to pull down this threader. And I turn this on. We got a close-up on that. I want to make sure we got it. All right, real close-up. Now, normally I don't put this in. All right, I do recommend that you take and you cut off the edge. And I'm going to take, which side of the camera? I'm going to use my left hand so you can see it. So right here. There we go. So it sucks it right in. And so what I did is I just took off the fuzz on the end of the thread, pulls it right in perfectly. And again, I cannot see them. I should be wearing my glasses, but I don't have to on this. And that's what's really cool. All right, so what am I doing here? This is 8 threads. So we have some samples of the 8 threads. So if we look at that, this is heavy denim. So that has that thick seam, thick fabric. So that's heavy fabric. But also this machine does your cover hem. See, this is why I like 8 threads. It does everything. That's your cover hem. So we actually look at it closer here. This shows you the stitching. So it has the cover hem and the 4th thread I just showed you. I can do the cover hem in reverse for decorative sewing. Here's that thick thread. Remember that 12 weight? Look how beautiful it is. It's the black on the side. I can even use different accessories like binding foot. This is 8 threads on the edge of the fabric while serging. But I'm going to take this here and I am going to gather. I love showing. This is a foot that is part of the bundle that we're going to talk about. But it's my ruffling foot. And I'm going to, if we can get a view on that side here. And also I can show up the knee lift. So if we're looking at this side right here, we have a knee lift. And see, that makes it so that my hands are free and I'm lifting this up. Because what I want to do is I want to take this fabric that is double the length of this. I want to gather this 2 to 1 to this. Okay, so do we have that shot? Good, good. All right, so I've got my differential feet on max, and what happens is I lift this up with my knee, the bottom piece gathers, the top piece does not. And so with this here, perfect, 2 to 1. Nothing does better. And see, that was done, I chose 7 threads because I wanted a narrow side, and I actually caused it where the thread pulls in there. So we're looking close to that. So there's a lot of times there's a lot of thread off the edge. So I chose a narrow edge. There's my gather. And so very few sergers with the cover hem can do that much bulk. Look at that. nothing gathers like a Triumph. So let's go on to the special. Isn't that amazing? I mean, I love the sergers. I love the baby lock sergers. I love showing that. But again, all of our sergers are on special. But let's talk about the two featured models. The anniversary model, again, they only made a limited number of these. I have some available. I've been selling them. We've got a special offer on this here because they're at $18.99. That's what our sale price has been. And we have interest-free payments. We have free shipping across the country. We're including not only the anniversary bundle, which is the fabric, and it's the inspirational guide, as well as the love of knowledge, which is the online training. But I have put together the package with the feet, okay? And the 6 feet has the ruffling foot. It has a piping foot. It also, I mean, there's so many cool things you can do for home deck with these here. It also has an elastic foot for gathering elastic. It also has a blind hem foot where you do blind hemming. By the way, the elastic foot, you can feed fine wire in to do a rolled edge over wire to do your moldable ribbon. It has a beading foot. See, all those 6 different feet are all included, and so that'd be $189. But we're also giving, if you use Tech Party in notes, you get the coupon code, or you get that e-card of 10% up to $500 on your purchase. Or if it's a phone order, we send you a physical card. And so again, it's never been a better time. So again, put Tech Party in notes, and or give us a call, mention I saw the video on Tech Party, and you'll get that bonus. Now, the Triumph, $7,499 is the MSRP. The sale price is $49.99. Interest-free payments, $208.29. Free shipping across the country, and there's a bonus. You know that by now. You get the inspirational guide, the online training, the 6 feet, but the ones that fit the Triumph, but the same functions. But there's more. I've added more functions. We've got a foot that does binding. Let's actually see if it's, yep, I got to come back here. Lost my video again here, so we're going to take this here and go back. All right. So we've got a belt binder foot. We've got a plate, an extension table that allows me to work with, it has a seam guide on it, as well as you can actually adjust it. So you can use this as a serger, not just cover hem and work with the plate. A edge binding foot. Now remember, this is 8 threads. I can use the serging or the cover hem or everything and do some beautiful decorative binders. So all those 4 additional accessories are included. So that's a total value of $499. Do you think I'm going to stop right there? Nope. This is the second model that has the double dip advantage. And so the Baby Lock Triumph has something that none of the other sergers has, and that is 2 different bonus levels. One, you put the word Tech Party in notes at checkout, and we will send you a gift card, an e-card if you bought it online, of 10% of your purchase, up to $500 in this case. And $500 instant rebate, and that happens by going to coupon code, not the notes, but go to coupon code, and guess what coupon code we're going to use for that? We're going to enter in Triumph and apply that. Once you apply it, it takes off $500. This is in the secured environment, so we're allowed to do this here. And so $44.99, so $500 instant rebate, plus the gift card. Never been a better time to buy the Triumph, but this is while supplies last. Don't wait on this. If we run out, I can't authorize you. You'll see a pre-sale not available. And so you got to get into it right away, and we can ship this nationwide. If you have questions, you can email us at customer-service@moores-sew.com or call us at 1-800-865-9664. So again, all the Baby Lock models are on sale. I just focused on 2. This presentation is long enough, so I had to abbreviate it. So it is your opportunity to get the best deal on a Baby Lock serger. So now we're going to talk about professional models. And professional models, the Baby Lock and Brother machines, they're making machines that are professional like industrials, but they are smart. And we're going to talk about the smart technology. But the thing different is they have a tubular front-loading open arm. That really makes a difference. And that makes it so you can embroider on things that are difficult. So for example, look at the video on the top, that bag. Even if you can fit your bag in the machine, doesn't mean you can embroider it. Our onesies, because we're working with a hoop that's mounted on the side, even those brands that have an open arm on their household machine for embroidery, they don't work the same way because it's hard to hoop a onesie. So with the right equipment, you can hoop those big bags, you can hoop those onesies because they're designed for it. That's what the professional machines are intended for. But also they have the professional qualities where you see the top of video, every single stitch is supported. It's not hovering, so it has much more better stitch quality and can go at higher speeds. It also has that commercial steel bobbin system, but they have needle threaders, and that's what industrial machines don't have, where ours do. So we get spoiled, I get spoiled, and we have that on our embroidery machines. Now, the Capella is a single needle embroidery machine. We're always talking about how many needles does it have? Well, here's the thing. If you're going to do one project, you don't need 6 to 10 needles because it takes you longer to thread it up to do the one project. You just need one. And I'm going to show you the benefit of that. So the Capella is something for my enthusiasts, or the people that are just starting a business, because it does have technology that you don't find on other startup business machines. So it has an 8 by 12 inch embroidery area, and it comes with an 8 by 12 hoop and a 4 by 4 hoop, but it also has lots of optional hoops. It now takes the same hoops as some of their bigger models, so there's a lot more variety than what we've had on the other starter models. It has a large colored touchscreen with editing capability. You'll recognize some of the things that we have from the model I showed you on it. They're all similar. That's what's great. If you have a Baby Locker Brother machine, as I kind of went up the line, you see they look similar. And so it's easy to have several of them or come from a prior model. It has 25 different fonts, and I can see the whole alphabet at one time, and I can arc and array and position it. And it also has both the array and the Capella has what's called crosshair laser. And that gives me the ability so that I can position on that line and mark things perfectly for doing, let's say, a logo or a hat, or anytime where you think you've hooped it perfectly, it's going to line it up and make it so that it stitches out right where you want it, even if you don't hoop it perfectly. Now, the array has all the features of the Capella, but it also has 6 needles, and it has a faster acceleration than other machines. And it has some business features on it that makes it more impressive to go up the level. So it has the larger screen. So it has the 10-inch screen, and you've got a faster speed. You got more designs. You got 50 fonts, more than any of the other models. It has 50 fonts and all kinds of editing capability that you can do right on the screen. It also has their exclusive, Baby Lock has the best script font. I love it. And so it has that. It has 11 giant monograms that are beautiful. I've got that stitched out. I'm going to show you. It has that sizing program. Remember the sizing program? So it has that same thing. So a lot of the things that I was showing you on the other machine now is on the race. So it has a lot more power. And then it has all kinds of optional hoops. I can hoop just about anything with this machine. Now, the top model, the Brother PR1055X, really is their Luminaire series with 10 needles. So it has a lot of advanced features. It has the scanning capability where you can scan right on the sketch, that same octopus that we've showed before, and it gives me the beautiful results. It's artwork, and I can turn it into embroidery. And so it has that capability. You also have 36 of those fills. So again, a lot of the features I showed are on these machines. It has quilting borders, sashing borders, and it allows you to work with, in this case, it's showing a hoop that is magnetic hoop, that's an optional hoop, and it allows you to position with what they call it a Novi Plus. It's actually, the camera's looking on it, and you have a virtual version of your design, so you can line it up right to the stitch. So let me show you this, and we'll start with the 2 machines here. So right here, I have the baby lock array and the baby lock capella. And I want to first go over some of the samples we have here. We're going to start over this right here. There's a onesie over here. So let's zoom in on this design right here. There's a onesie. And then we're going to follow my hands here. Here, this is an optional hoop, a round hoop that doesn't leave the marking. Here is that big bag I showed in the video. I mean, that was huge. And that was actually embroidered on the older version of the capella. Hats. Now there's an optional hoop. There's a sleeve hoop that's available on the bigger models. So I'm going to come around this side right here. And so you see the screen. We're going to look on the screen. So it has a very clear screen. And you can see that it has the same look and feel as the other models here. But it has some things that are geared at something you might use, let's say, with team sports and things like that. You can see this is zoom in on it. And so I actually stitched that out earlier. And I put name in there. So the designs they're including are things that you would probably use with in business. Monograms. Okay, let's take this here. It's a beautiful monogram. Actually, on the screen here, I'll show you. It's this one right here. Okay, and so, but see, it's on a bag. And so that's where the open arm, it's such advantage. We're going to go to the arm here. I can fit this around here, and the machine, it recognizes the hoops. And so that's what's important, is that on the original hoops that it has and the ones that are made by the manufacturer, it knows now that it's too big for that hoop. It won't let me do it. So, but I can take this here and I can size it down, and it shows me on the screen that I can now put it, I can use with that hoop. This is a two-color design. And so the thing is, I have one needle, but it has, if we look up on the top here, if we can get close up to this area right here, I want you to see, it has it where it has these 4 different threads that are staged. And so it has a cutter that I can take it and cut the next one and then tie it on. Now, if you have the old sergers, you remember this, but this one's already tied. The white is tied to the blue. And why I can do this on this rather than another machine is that this has a tension that is a spin, like a reel. It's spinning. And so it doesn't pinch the thread. So I can pull that all the way through. So I can thread this quicker than your household machine. And what it has, it does have a needle threader. So that's what professional machines do have. So to answer your question, why do the question I posed out there is that, why do I need more than one needle? If I'm doing one project, let's say I'm doing one onesie or one bag or one hat or even 6, this is fine. It's just when you are doing production, that's where these other models are. So a lot of my customers just need something to take the next level in embroidery. But also, this is a perfect startup machine that I have people who buy this and they upgrade in the future to the higher models. But now let's switch over to this one right here. And so we're going to go to the screen on this. They're going to set up here. And so first of all, you see a much larger screen. And the screen itself is the 10-inch screen. And that design right here, beautiful designs. And when we select this, I'm not going to go through the same demo, but there's all the color editing I showed you in the other models where I can do that. I have the sizing. In fact, the sizing right here. Got so many designs. There it is. Okay. So that design right here, there's the sample in real life. So a lot of the video content I make, I mean, I'm the one stitching out, but it's easier for me to show you there. But there's the sample, 200% or 70%, and it maintains the same quality. But let's take this here, and I'm going to show you that crosshair laser. And because what I did here is I took and I've saved just a little design here. Actually, my name, small. And I'm going to come around this side right here. And what we have, if we look at this hoop here, let's go to the full screen. So this is that same shirt I showed in the video. It looks like it's been tattooed several times. There it is, where I did it above the pocket perfectly. I did it on the sleeve. I used that sleeve hoop. But I really just wanted to show as an example. So I want to put my logo right above here. And so we're going to take this off here. And again, it recognizes the size. And so I'm going to take this. And see, this is the benefit. Can you imagine putting all this bulk of this fabric in your flatbed machine? I have people who have the top model machines. They still buy these because this is the situation. This area right here, everybody needs a machine like this. In addition to the other ones I showed you, because this is for specific purposes. So on the screen, let's go look at the screen. We go to, right here, we're going to on the screen. And this is my crosshair laser. And let me swing around this side here. And you can see it on the hoop here. Let's now look at the hoop. So you can see that crosshair laser. And this gives me the ability to move my design so I can move this right where I want it to start. And then I can move my next one. Actually, let me do that again. All right, I pressed go when I should have pressed stay. So now, first step, we line this up right there. Next. Now I move it. Okay. So now I line this part up. Okay, so now once I did that, now let's go to the screen. I press set, and it automatically angled that so that that will stitch it out perfectly on there. So that's an amazing technology. Now I want to show you one of the hooping systems that's actually coming. We're including the package on the PR1055, but it will work on these two machines. It's right over here. So this right here is the Durkee 7-in-1 hoop system. And it works where it has a bracket that fits in those machines and the machine behind me. And you can attach these different sleeves. And we're going to see if we can get a closer, we can draw in closer here so you can see this. But it works with a sticky stabilizer. And the sticky stabilizer right here is what holds the fabric in place while you put it on, when you put it on the machine. And so it gives you the ability to embroider without using a hoop. And so when we look at these samples, like, for example, a onesie, or, I mean, here's the thing. This is a backpack, okay? So once I put this in there, I can take binder clips and I can secure this. I mean, this is really versatile. So it has 7 different holders, but it all attaches to these machines here. So it actually is one of the most versatile hooping systems available. Now, I'm going to swing back here. We're going to look at this hat. So if we can get a close-up on this hat. This is the hat frame system that's normally optional. We're including with this is 270 degrees. That means it goes from ear to ear. That means that's your embroidery area, okay? And so that's very important because right here, let's go to full screen here. I will tell you, sometimes just putting a little piece of embroidery here or a name or whatever, you want to have the range. And I've seen people pay $30 for a hat with something like this on it, okay? But the thing is, this has technology that other machines don't. And I'm going to show you that here. So I'm going to take this off. This is called the framing jig. And by the way, This stand is custom made by the brother company for this machine, and it has a bracket for the framing jig. And then I also have on the machine, I'm going to come around to the machine. This is the jumbo cap frame. And this is something that is normally optional, but I'm including as a special package. And we're going to come with this here, and this attaches right like so. Okay, so now we're going to look on the screen. I will tell you that I did not hoop that design, that hat straight, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to take this here and we're going to go to this little bowling design because that might be something you do on a hat. And let's come into the screen a little closer. Let's zoom in on that screen. Okay, let's keep going closer. There we go. Well, keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go, right there. And then see what it's facing. Okay, it knows what hoop. Let's come up a little bit on the screen. It knows that I have the hat hoop on. That's why they're smart machines. And I'm going to size this down a little bit. But I want to use my sizing program and size it down a lot. Now, as soon as I press and edit, it rotated. It knows that it needs to be rotated to do that hat. So let's go full screen here. So right there, yeah, right. So because if it was doing the right way, I don't want to see it. I want to see it upside down. And if I had a regular type machine, it wouldn't do that. And even a professional machine. Now let's go back to the screen. This is the coolest thing. I can bring this up and it shows me a virtual view of my hat. And I can see it large. I can see exactly, there's the center seam. I want to move it, and I can do it fast or slow. So I can move it closer, all the way to one side. And it shows me exactly, I want it on that side seam right there. So that's going to be on the side of the hat. And so the benefit of that is that I have control of working with it. And so that's a cool feature for doing hats. Now, let's go home here. We'll go out of here. Now, I have to show you this because there's the actual octopus. And I go to My Design Center. It has the My Design Center. There is my, let's see, let's bring it in. Let's bring it in from my memory. I brought it in here. So you can create your own designs. You can fill it as easy as this. And then actually this right here, I mean, you could draw with a pen on the screen and shade it in. It is truly amazing. And then I can also take with My Design Center and create my own quilting patterns. So taking my design like, let's take actually this design right here. See, any design I can turn to artwork. So that's a design right here. And we're zoomed in on this. I can take this and send the artwork to My Design Center. So now it went from here to artwork. And I can add from My Design Center. There's the artwork of that design. And I can come in and choose quilt stitches and blanket stitches and motif fills. And I can simply just and I can adjust the size and everything. And if you see this here, zoom in on that. Let's really go into that. So any design, any built-in embroidery design can be turned into a quilting pattern. So the last thing I want to show, and I'll go over the special on this here, is that also part of the package is this wonderful supporting hoop table that fits around the open arm so that you can use, it's called a sashing table. And so that way you have support when working with it. But I've been showing you everything using the open arm. So let's go over the special that we're offering on these machines. All right, so let's start with the Capella. The Capella is normal. The retail price is $7,999. It's on sale for $59.99. Interest repayments of $249.96. Free shipping across the country, and the bonus that we're including that Floriani Fusion software and bundle package with Rainbow that has a $599 value free. Also, type in Tech Party in notes at checkout and get a gift card in the amount of 10% up to $500 of your purchase. So that, I mean, this is the time to buy while we have it in stock. So don't wait on your purchases. The Baby Lock Array has a retail value of $14,999. It's on sale for $11,999. Interest repayments of $249.98. Its bonus has everything on the other, plus 63 spools of beautiful embroidery thread, 6 more 5,000 yard spools, Madeira 80, I think it's actually 40 of their large polyneon thread. We've got stabilizer, we got needles, we've got in the hoop projects. It has a value of $11,999. But this is the third model that I told you about the double dip. So not only do you get the gift card of 10% of your purchase up to $500, so in this case it definitely would be $500 by typing Tech Party in notes, but with this one, I'm going to give you $1,000 instant rebate by going to coupon code in the checkout and type in the word array. Apply that coupon, and what does it do? Voila. It gives you an extra $1,000 off this, but this is only in the secured checkout with the coupon code or by phone or in the stores. And we can ship this nationwide. If you have questions on that, give us a call, 1-800-865-9664. Email us at customerservice@mooresdeso.com, or just click on the link to order it because we may run out. So hurry up and get your machine. All right, so the PR1055X, this is the top model machine. And I have a package which has the stand, it has the Durkee hoop system, the jumbo hat frame, it's got the Fusion software, the Rainbow software, the in the hoop design, 2,500 exclusive designs, over $6,000 in value that's included with this here. And we have discounts and trade-in allowance and financing discounts. This is the lowest price I've ever offered, but this is for local distribution. So we cannot ship this model. So this is if you're local to Southern California, you can give us a call on this 1-800-865-9664. Email us at customerservice@moores-show.com or call a store location. Okay, so long arm machines. Long arm. You thought I was going to stop without talking about long arms. I love long arms. I've got some ones I'm going to talk about, but all of them are on sale, and we have the best prices on Grace, Handy Quilter, Juki, Baby Lock, guaranteed. So give us a call. I'm not going to show you every one of them. I'm going to show you just a few featured ones. But first, let's give away a prize, and I'm going to talk about this prize. So let me come on over there, girls. So we're going to give away. This is a free motion starter kit. We're going to give away 2 of them. And what this is by the Grace Company. It has tracing paper. It has suggestions on tips and tricks to do free motion. It has a panel of fabric and batting, thread, needles, a chalk pencil, a sharpener. It has everything you need to start, whether it's on, I've seen people do this on free motion on a regular machine or a long arm here. So it has a $150 value. We're going to give away 2 of them. Like, share, and comment, and you could potentially win here. So thanks, ladies. And we'll come around this way over here, and I'm going to start over with this machine right here. So I'm going to give you a tour of our long arm machines here. And so this is the Little Rebel by Grace. This is a hybrid machine. It is a sewing and long arm machine in one. What I mean by that is that it can do, you can put on a frame, you can sew with it. It has a stitch regulator. Let me show you. Okay. So first of all, it has the long arm bobbin. So we're going to go real close in here. So if we have a close shot of this here, this is the side bobbin it has, M bobbin. There's our standard bobbin. So it holds easily 50% more thread. This right here, and it has a built-in bobbin winder, large thread stand. It's 13 inches of space right here, but it's also taller. It's easily 10 inches high, maybe 9 inches high, but that's a lot more volume than other machines. It comes with this table, but it has a stitch regulator. The sensor is going to regulate the stitches. Now this is a beautiful machine. I can take this, I can set my stitch length here, and what this does, it truly, I'm just having too much fun. I mean, it truly has such a good quality of stitch. Now, I said it was hybrid. So let me talk to you. Why is it hybrid? Okay, this is free motion. This is for sit down or for a frame. But watch this. I'm going to turn it into a sewing machine. So what happens is there's a lot of sewing machines that you try to turn into a quilting machine. This one, I take this off, and now it's disconnected its stitch regulator. I take this off, and I can take this, and now I can work with stitching. So what if we want a pure sewing machine? Well, here is the shank that I can attach. Let's go ahead and put this on. And this is really a slick design, because if we want a machine that, let's say, you can put on a frame, or you can put on a table, or you can sit down and sew, this machine truly has such benefits for doing that. So we can take this. So now once I put this shank on, the snap-on feet, it has a 1/4 inch with a guide. Let's look closer. We look, yeah, good. We got straight stitch foot. We've got a 1/4 inch without a guide, and we've got a zipper foot, and we've got an edge guide. So you've got a lot of different functions here. But the point I'm making here is that now I can have a machine that I can quilt beautifully, and I've got a machine that I can piece beautifully, like so. So that's a wonderful design. That's the Little Rebel. But now I'm going to switch over to another product by Grace. This is the Grace Little Rebel. We're going to talk about the Grace Cutie Breeze. So this is a frame that I can put a domestic machine. Imagine your machine here. Okay, so that's basically what it is. You do have to have a certain amount of space. I have a Jazz 2 on here, which is 12 inches of space. That's an amazing package we'll talk about. But you need at least about 8 inches, okay? And that's going to give about hit, because what happens, it just, you lose some by the bracket. But I can put this on here, and the thing I wanted to show is that this is a hooping frame. So I'm not limited by the length. I have this on a 4-foot table, but I can quilt a king-size quilt on this because the fabric goes over the sides. And it's quite a unique system because it works with these clamps. And so what I do is I just take the clamp here, and I can put another clamp right here, and another clamp right here. And I just simply give it a little tug, and it tightens that up. And so that gives me such a good control. Now I'm going to swing on over to this side here. And so, okay, so right here, I've got the Baby Lock Jazz 2 on here, and it's on a carriage. So when you free motion, you normally move the fabric. Well, this, I move the carriage. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to so it's so much freer to do free motion when you're moving the carriage. All right, let's be fancy. I'm doing my name. Everybody that does free motion, they always try to do the name. Believe it or not, this is better than my handwriting. Let's see if we can get a close-up on that. So, no, sorry guys. So the point is that it's the right tool. And working with the frame, you're able to develop, when you do free motion, it's so much easier when you're moving the machine because it's more natural. And so the Cutie Breeze is something that's available. I'm going to talk about the special we have on it. But then we also have a special package with the Jazz 2, which has the 12-inch opening, and then the Cutie Breeze frame. Now, we're going to swing on down to over here. And this is the Grace Unique series machine. This is dedicated to be a long arm machine. Doesn't sew other than quilt. And it's on an original Cutie frame, but it'll fit on a Cutie Breeze. We have a package with that. But I'm going to talk about specials of just the machine itself, because a lot of people have a Cutie out there and they end up putting this machine on it. And we've had an opportunity to purchase recertified classroom machines by the Grace Company. And these are brand new machines. They open them up and test them out. Sometimes I use them for a demo, but they're factory sealed after the fact, and they're fully warranted. And we've sold hundreds upon hundreds of these across the country. I had one of my crew, the camera crew is here. He works in the warehouse. He's shaking his head. Yes, we ship a lot, but we can't get enough of them. And so sometimes we run out of them. And so we've got a limited number right now. And what this is, 16 inches of space. And let me go over some of the benefits of this, because this is dedicated long arm that can fit on a Cutie frame as well as larger frames. And so the first thing is, so right here, we've got these beautiful handles that I can adjust in and out and side to side. And the handles have controls as well as you have the screen control. So if we have do we have a close-up to the screen? So this has what's called a stitch regulator built in, but it's so much more precise because I can take it and select the screen between cruise, which has an idle, and I can do stitches per inch. So more number means shorter in this case. And so if I want to stitch with this here, I'll come back to the larger size. Okay, so let's go closer and I'll try to stand away. It has that audible chime if I go too fast. But if we can get a close-up, I'm stitching this with one, it moves so nice. I have control my needle up and down. So a lot of you have an original Cutie, you have a Cutie Breeze, you're using your domestic machine, and you're ready to add a machine to it. So I'm going to talk about a special we have on this that you can put it right on your Cutie, the original Cutie or your Cutie Breeze. So now let's take a look at this machine over here. This is the Elite series on the Elite frame. And the Elite frame is up to 12 feet long. And so I can add any of my Unique series machines on this. But what's unique about this is that it is combination, and we can look at this one right here. It is a combination rolling frame and quilting frame. What I mean by rolling is, and let's go ahead and do this here. I'm going to come around this side. I want you to see this area right here. If we look on the here, okay. So rolling means I have these leaders and I roll it up. And I can do that. And I have these ratchet system. So that's no different than other machines. But what's different is that I don't have these on leaders. I can put them on leaders, but I did this for a purpose because it is also a hooping frame. So we'll go to this one right here. So I can take this here and I can put these. So sometimes you just want to float your fabric. Again, it does come with leaders and it can be used traditionally, but here's the benefit. This is on a ratchet, and listen to that. I pull that nice and tight, and then I can come into here, and it's got these bungees. So not only is this something that's really good for your big quilts, but you can utilize it as small frames as well. So it doesn't have to be 10 feet, by the way. It doesn't have to be 12 feet. You can get this in a 5 and 10 combination. You can get it in 8 foot. You can get it in 12, which gives you 2 5s and a 2. So you can make it 7, 10, or 12. So the point is, this is called the Quilter's Evolution rolling frame. And you could add this with any of the Grace Unique machines. But now let's take this and I'm going to show you the difference of this model right here. And so which one has the screen? I think we have a screen right here. We're working with our cameras. Good. All right. So what's different about this one? This is the 16X Elite machine. And so we have a larger screen. And so my adjustments, you can see all the different things. By the way, I love the basting on this here. But I also have a setting where if I want to come here, so on the fabric, I have a seam, and I want to take this and adjust. If we got my screen, I moved on you guys. Oh, it's there. Good, good. I'm going to toolbox, and I'm going to adjust my edge warning. So I'm going to take this, and I want to have it this the top edge of my block or my frame, and this the bottom edge. And I can set that to be within an inch. It's going to give me a warning. And so in doing that, let's go ahead and go to stitching. And we'll go down to the okay. I turned the audible off. So anyway, it has it where you can have it flashing or you can have it audible, so that way you can it will warn you if you're coming close to a block here. So let me go over the specials on these machines as well as others. All right. Whew. If you're rounding up, we're almost getting to the end. We got one more prize after this. So as I mentioned, the Cutie Breeze frame, you can put on a 4-foot table. It has that carriage. Imagine your machine there. It works with most all domestic machines. And it's really just changing the way people are quilting out there. It's retail price of $9.95. It's on sale for $5.99. We have interest-free payments of $99.83. Free shipping across the country. And this is a quilting frame by itself. We're going to allow that coupon code of Tech Party 10 in coupon to give you 10% up to $300. So that's not the gift card. So if you buy just a frame, we offer that. But if you buy the package, like the Baby Lock Jazz 2 Start to Quilt Right package with the Breeze frame, we have this for $12.99. So that gives you the Jazz 2 machine and the Cutie Breeze. We have interest-free payments of $108.25 a month, free shipping. This one does qualify for the gift card, so put Tech Party in notes, a checkout. Now, the Little Rebel, that's an incredible machine, and I got an authorization to do a special price on the machine itself, and so it's regular $34.95, and I have just a limited number of these to offer at $1,999. Interest-free payments of $166.58, free shipping across the country. Now, if you want to add the Cutie Breeze, I have that package for $2,699. And if you buy the package of both of them together, you also get a bonus. And the bonus has a value of over $1,000 and includes all types of accessories, thread, cutters, guides, free motion starter kit. I mean, it's an amazing package, but that we're including if you buy that with the frame as well. As I mentioned, we have recertified machines of the 16X, as well as we have of the 16X Elite and some of the other models you can call us on. At a regular price of $54.95, this is the machine without the frame. So if you already have a frame by Grace, like the Cutie or the Cutie Breeze or some of the other ones, you can get this for $29.99. This is incredible. Interest-free payments of $249.92. We do offer free shipping across the country, and we are giving a special bonus as a ruler base, different ruler feet, thread, bobbins, needles, has a value of nearly, actually over $500. Then the 16X with the Cutie Breeze frame for $34.99. Interest-free payments on that, free shipping, and then that same bonus. Also, if you were interested in a 16X Elite, that's the one with the big screen and the big frame. That's the up to 12-foot rolling frame. It's $10,999 regular. You can get it for $69.99. Interest-free payments of $291.63. Free shipping across the country. Also that bonus. Now, you can add automation. Grace has automation starting at $8,699 on sale. And so that gives you the ability to create your own designs, to do edge-to-edge quilting automatically, to build a quilt. The name, I did my name there, I actually memorized it and puts it in there and repeats it. So it's truly amazing, but we have those packages. There's just several different levels on sale, starting at $2,699. We have other models in the line that are recertified at great deals, so you got to give us a call, find out what's available, click on the link, or email us at customerservice@moors-sew.com. Now, on all the long arm packages, you have the opportunity to put Tech Party in notes at checkout, and you'll get the gift card of 10% up to $500. All right, so handy quilter machines, we won't be beat. I know some models we have prices on them, but a lot of them we don't put prices online because we are limited. They will only let us put a price so low. So I don't care what machine you have or you're looking at, give us a call. We'll apply a Tech Party special on any handy quilter model. Give us a call, 1-800-865-9664. All right, we got another prize. What are we going to give away? We're going to give away the Pfaff Passport 2.0. This machine is only 12 pounds and it sews like a champ. And so thank you, ladies. Let me go over some of the features of that machine. So it has the original IDT speed system. So we're going to back up our video, cut out real quickly here. And go back to split screen. All right, so it has the original IDT. 1969 Pfaff invented the IDT, which has the dual feed on top and then on the bottom, but it works with most all their different accessories. So they've got more accessories to work with on this. So this little 12-pound machine has that built-in IDT. That's amazing. It also has this wonderful carrying case that comes with it. Again, it's only 12 pounds, 70 stitches, 70 stitches. And the chart is just right on the side. It's really slick how they did this. You pull that right out like that. You put the number in. It can sew with or without a foot pedal. It has a needle up and down feature. Perfect. That machine has a value of $899. Someone's going to win that. Like, share, or comment, and you potentially win that. But if you want to hedge your bets and buy one at a special deal, we've got it for $599 right now. Interest repayments of $99.83. Now, all of our Pfaff machines are on sale. Call us. You'll be amazed. You're shopping around for a Pfaff. We'll make sure it's better, especially during Tech Party. So call us at 1-800-865-9664. Now, I want to talk about one featured model, and that is their top model sewing and quilting machine, the Performance Icon. So this has all their top features, but not embroidery. And so let's go over the features of that there. So we'll go to full screen here. First of all, it has 12.2 inches to the right of the needle, but also 5.5 inches high. And it's 3 inches right above the needle. So it actually has a better view to your sewing right where your needle is over any other machine. It has beautiful LED lighting. It's a Wi-Fi machine, and they actually have their same instruction information that's on the machine that you can put on their app. And so that way you can have it on a phone or on a tablet. And so what that means is that I have information specifically to basically every type of technique on the machine. And these are videos that are built into the machine, and they've done in more of a whiteboard style. And you can pause them, and you're selecting the stitches while you do it. It also has videos on specific functions, techniques. It's very, very thorough. It has a push button electronic needle threader. I love it. I love this next feature. I can wind the bobbin from the needle. It actually has a path I can come right up without having to unthread the machine and wind it. I have not had a machine that I've been able to do that for a long time. Now, it has that IDT feed system, but it has 8 different segments on the bottom. No other machine has that. Plus, the motor is called a pulse motor. Other motors are electronic, and they give you power, the full power at all times. What if that power is not enough? This one increases the power. The power actually is measured by Newton strength, 150 Newton strength, which is 90% more than other machines. And look how it climbs. That's real denim. That's a real denim seam. I also have control for delicate fabric. I'm actually taking this cording that I've wove together by taking several strands and stitching it together and then stitching it to edge of tricot. There was only one other machine that was able to do that, and that was an old Pfaff from the 80s that I could do that on this one. It also, because you have more teeth in the front, when you're working with those little points that normally get burrowed down, this definitely has wonderful control in the front of the fabric. Now it has automatic tension, but on the right side there, the thread metering, that's similar to the auto thread delivery that the Baby Lock sergers have. So it can work with a greater variety of textured or metallic threads than other machines. And it has over 552 stitches that you browse through a tablet style screen. It's a large screen. And these Pfaff stitches are unmatched. They look like heirloom, like antique quilt stitches. They have ribbon stitches. They have just all kinds of beautiful embellishment stitches built in. Some of their exclusive stitches, like lace edge stitches or radiant stitches, no other brand has anything near like this. And you really can create whole embellishments that you would work with like on a pillow like this. The floating stitch gives you an illusion like there's no thread connected because you're so on the inside and pull it out. And as you see the sample coming up here, the pillow, it truly, you could start imagining how to use this. And then the ribbon stitches, you actually, it stops and you weave and braid ribbon and cord within decorative stitches. No other brand is doing this. You can take Stitch Creator and open up a stitch and add stitches to it, delete stitches, or triple it. So you actually can create your own stitches from existing within the machine. I mean, possibilities are endless. So we're rounding up here. We have this on sale. It's regular $10,499. It's on sale for $6,499. And we just got a factory authorized price drop on that. We have industry payments of $180.53. Free shipping across the country. But there's also a bonus. I'm going to give you that Passport 2.0 free, all during Tech Party. But that is going to be while supplies last. So don't forget the Tech Party bonuses. We're going to round this up here. Tech Party bonuses, what are they? Number one, if you put in notes, Tech Party, and after the product ships, we'll get you a gift card up to 10%, up to $500 of your purchase. And that's valid through September 2nd. And then don't forget the coupon code for Notions. That's Tech Party 10 in the coupon code. Get 10% up to $300. Call us at customer service at moors-so.com, or that's our email. Call us at 1-800-865-9664. But I want to thank you here. Let's bring up my girls here. And Celebration, thank you for helping me. And don't forget to call us. Thanks, everyone. God bless you. Get your sewing machine. Get your technology. It's the best time to buy during our technology party. Bye for now. God bless.